What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, A side, B side, Jarrell Miller, Dan Dubois, Otto Vailene, Joseph Parker. This is the card. Shout out to Big Don in the building. Big announcement at 5:30. Will Wilder and Joshua be an announcement? I don't think it'll be an announcement of something that we don't already know. Okay. We already know that AJ Wilder will be fighting Soul Live. What's up, my brother? Counterpunch to you in the building. We know that these guys will be fighting. Okay. Talk Sports got a news embargo till 5:30. More like CVD. Salute Kurt in the chat. Bobby Collins in the building. Shout out to all those links that you send me, brother. I appreciate you, Bobby. Shout out to Bobby in the building. Announcement imminent in boxing. Hey, I think the big news happened yesterday. But if it's new news, let's go. Let's read. Counterpunch to you. What's up, brothers? Let's hit that like button as we come in. I have to talk about some stuff. Hey, yo, JTB. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Boxing is getting there. Yeah, man. Look. What have we had so far? Counterpunch to you, Kurt. Aaron Edson. Counterpunch back to you, Aaron Edson. Counterpunch. John, Colin. John Fury caught kissing men. Ugh. But Road SA. Ola Kurt. Counterpunch to you. That just doesn't sound right to me. Big Baby just did an interview on Fight Hub. He's there. Big Baby Miller, cheeseburgers. Fuck AJ. Fuck Deontay. I slammed this girl. Yes, Wilder will win. Well, against Joseph Parker, that's a good possibility. I really haven't even thought about the Parker and Wilder fight, honestly. I just want Wilder in the ring. What time does the press conference start, man? Press conferences start today. Big Kurt. Let's check. Let's do some digging. Let's do some digging while I got you guys here. Big Baby Miller just said Wilder sends AJ to the cemetery. If Wilder can't get through Parker, he surely can't beat AJ. No, that's a bunch of shit. Let's see, people. Let's see what we have. I think the best interest for Jarrell Miller would be to get the AJ fight. Said Deontay Wilder will put AJ in the cemetery when they fight. Well, if he does, he does. It's like Drago. If he dies, he dies. It's a great opportunity to test Wilder's skill in chin. Parker hits hard. Parker does hit hard enough. I mean, I guess you should ask guys like Andy Ruiz, guys like Joe Joyce, guys with good chins. I think it's unfair. Ask Dillian White, ask Anthony Joshua. Joseph Parker has one hell of a resume. If people don't understand that, you should. Let's look at who was really a good fight for Wilder? Ngannou, Usyk, anybody with a pulse? Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I think a good fight for Deontay Wilder is somebody that's going to challenge him. Somebody is going to prepare him for the fight to come. Somebody that's an orthodox fighter. Somebody that's a harder or hits hard enough to mimic AJ. If Daniel Dubois is really just gone and he's just kind of like a journey guy or a seat feeler, I think that it should be Daniel Dubois. I know he knocks Daniel Dubois out pretty much. Lorique Perez. Yo, what's up, Kurt and crew? Much respect. Counterpunch to you, Lorico. They're running late on presser. It's now 6 p.m. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, Jarrell Miller's perfect. Danny Dubois looks ahead to fighting Miller in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that. Let's get some of these comments out of the way. Aaron Arm, let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Calvin, Muta Benny. Joshua to save heavyweight boxing again after the so-called best heavyweight Fury flop. Well, I think it brings everything in perspective. You know, a lot of people I think this is what happens. Once we see someone that claims to be the best and we start believing it, I think that's all we feel we need to do is believe that one guy that fights no other guys. That's that. With all these names on the card, I anticipate the pay-per-view price will be 100 plus. Aaron Edson, are you in America? Because if you're in America, you're damn right. I think so. They're going to make that. This is what they're going to do. It's going to be 89 for standard definition and 99 for high definition. They're going to do that same shit because there's no way, no how they're going to have that many American fighters on there that doesn't lobby for $100 per ticket, because between Wilder, Jarrell Miller, those guys alone, those guys are American fighters. In America, we are ball breakers. We want to break your pockets. We want to rob you. We want to take something from you when you go to the bank. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Okay, here we go. AJ. All right, cool. All right, hold on a second. Okay, well, so where the hell is... I just seen it. It just came off. Hold on. Okay, here we go. It's about to start, guys. So here we go. Boom. Okay, here we go. So we're waiting. Yeah, they're on standby. So Curtis. Yeah. I'm watching it now. Yeah. Big news. So yeah, we're gonna watch it together. We're gonna check this shit out, people. Hey. Okay, now let's get all the preliminaries out of the way. Okay, Oval Arena, London.
We are live in London at the Oval Arena, just outside Wembley Stadium, as we get set for the press conference for one of the biggest fight cards in the history of the sport. It's a day of reckoning, and it's next.
Mac Weed, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I don't even care anymore. They should have fought years ago. Wilder's almost 40 and AJ. Well, hey, Ben Grimes, don't worry about it. Don't watch it. Cool. Just tuned in. What are we watching? We're watching the announcement for one of the biggest cards in the history of heavyweight boxing, especially in this era. James Bash, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Where are you watching the announcement, Kurt? I'm watching it on, this is Anthony Joshua's channel, but I think it's on DAZN too. So, but we're going to watch it all right here together. So here we go. Biggest flop card. Come on, man. I'm so excited for this one. Roger Downs, best channel on YouTube. Roman Jerjov. Appreciate you, brother. Mac Weed, 100% fire. Let's go. Let's go. James Bash dishing out that cash. Oh, forgot that cash. Hey, man, you can't forget that cash because you James Bash, baby. Keep them coming. Listen, this neck from here on, between boxing and the end of the year is going to be lit. That's going to be on the 23rd of December. It's going to be Christmas 2 days early. That's all it's really going to be. You know what I mean? That's all it's really going to be. So no, I look forward to this one, and I'm going to see what that is. Great job, Kurt. You're the real deal, Mr. Angel. Counterpunch to you. Thank you, brother. Boxing equals Christmas. Absolutely, absolutely. That's exactly what we're going to have. We're going to have a Christmas bang out. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't believe what's happening on Christmas Eve. Bars. Joshua beats Walling, Parker beats Wilder, Hergovic beats Demori, Dubois beats Miller, Bivol beats Artur. Man, if they have Artur better be versus Dimitri Bivol, I don't want to really see that on that card. I think that's big enough for itself. We got the countdown. Here's the countdown, guys. Here's the countdown. Let's get those likes up. Let's go. Let's rate the tier. Let's have a beer. Bars. Let's go. It's just Lyndon Arthur. Okay, gotcha. We are going. When are we going to have boxing in the U.S.? Probably never. Never. Had to get some water, clear my throat. Hey, Kurt, did Mayweather read the Harry Potter book yet? I don't think he did. Hiya, Kurt, do you know by any chance if Alex Krusik is single? I kind of have a crush on him. I don't know. I haven't seen him with anybody. You know, I think he has an Instagram. You might want to hit him up, you know, and show your interest, Gabriella. Why not? But I haven't seen him talk about anybody, so maybe he's just busy being a manager. But, you know, hey, managers and promoters need love too. Shit, you know. Let's hit that like button. Let's get those likes up to the amount of people that are in here as of now. And then that will definitely change here in a second. So I don't think we'll ever see Wilder versus Joshua. Joe Joyce is too damn slow. I don't think we'll ever see facing Walling for the IBF eliminator, meaning it will show Joshua Hergovic for the IBF vacant when it comes available. He's married and had a kid. Sorry. Oh, Michael Buffer in the building. Bubble. Bubble. That sucks. Big up, Kurt. I hope Wilder and Joshua will have face-to-face after the fights. They're going to have to. And if they don't, it'll show Wilder don't want that as much. Being in the same place, same ring, same facility, same time. No.
23rd live on the Zone pay-per-view. And we've assembled two of the big guys, not just Ade Depot here. Tony Belly's with me, Darren Barker's with me as well. I think it's time for something a bit special.
This will be the greatest atmosphere you have ever witnessed in a boxing ring.
It says Kurt making in a different way, setting up dates. Kurt matchmaking. No, I mean, here's the thing. We hear Wilder now. He's getting more of aggressive these days, right? So if Wilder's getting more aggressive, I mean, he's going to be there. He's going to be on the undercard. He's going to be the co-main event for this particular huge event. You know, I mean, someone has to fight last, and someone has to fight second to last.
Very much. Clean up the memo. Obviously, Tony kind of got the memo.
Of course, it's relaxed at all times.
I'm just happy you're still with us. I thought you could be in the jungle, swinging from tree to tree, but you're here.
Well, I'm still here.
You are still here.
Exactly.
This is crazy, isn't it? This is
Nuts,
crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
It really is, isn't
But
it?
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. As a fan of the sport, I am buzzing for this. Buzzing.
Yeah, I've been. Go on, sorry, Tony.
Credit to His Excellency. Credit to His Excellency, because this is why it's happening. Make no mistake about that. His Excellency has dealt with all of these people, and he's brought them all together. He's doing what's never been done in boxing before. He's bringing the rivals together and making them work together.
Yeah, I've been saying this. Well, I was going to say all week in the last couple of days, because this has only been put together in the last few days, that we got fighters, different promoters, different managers, different broadcasting networks, finally on one big card. It can happen.
It can happen. And I think now this is going to put a lot of pressure on certain people now, promoters, networks, fighters, because there's proof now. This can, and it's, not only is it happening, it's how quickly this is happening. It can be done.
Yeah, they have. It really is. A couple of weeks ago, it was a fantastic show as well. I was out there. You worked on the event as well. I mean, they put on events and put on special events. I mean, I was there and it felt like...
Yeah, where's Zili Zhang?
It felt that good. So you know December 23rd is going to be as good. But elephant in the room, let's just get straight to it. Because people have been asking me since this was announced. AJ's on the fight card, Wilder's on the fight card, AJ's not fighting Wilder.
Okay.
Why?
You can't have it all.
Is that what it is?
For me, that's build up the anticipation.
Yeah.
Do we need to build it up anymore? It's been 5 years of build up.
Both guys are with new trainers. Both guys are learning new techniques,
New
training
trainers.
methods, new patterns in the gym. Both of these guys are in transition at the moment. So let them fully evolve throughout the transition, and then next year, let's go.
Let's treat this as two semi-finals.
Yes.
Assuming both win.
That's the
There you
scary
go.
part, because
Let me tell you,
I think they're two
assume
banana
both.
skins.
I don't want to say it, but
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay, I won't
Don't
say
say
it.
it.
Okay, I won't
Wait, what was you going to say?
I was going to say Josh has got the harder fight, believe you, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Joseph Parker is no mug. So, make of that what you will.
Eddie, how does this work?
AJ has the hardest fight, true. Wilding isn't a walkover for AJ. AJ needs to be careful. Well, I mean, that's the whole point. I'm glad that he's back in there with somebody. A lot of times people are now, see, this is what people do. Okay. Well, AJ ain't fought nobody since when? Usyk? Okay, well, he fought Jermaine Franklin. Who the hell is that? Then he fought Deontay, Dillian White. No, he didn't. He fought Helenius.
By the way, he's definitely got the memo. Look at this.
Look at Eddie's. Eddie's up there now, right?
This is
Bello looking like a...
Indeed. How does it work, a fight card coming like this together? I mean, with Matchroom and DAZN, we know who the matchmaker is. These are fighters from all over the place. Who puts these together?
Really, the vision of Saudi Arabia, to be honest with you. I mean, this is the fastest I've ever seen a fight card come together. Forget the quality of it, forget the size of the names. Just any fight card. I mean, we're talking about conversations that started 10 days ago. Really? Max. That's right. And that wasn't even necessarily AJ at the time. That was Dimitri Bivol, that was JR Pataya, and then it went into AJ. And every time I spoke to the guys, whether it was His Excellency or George Warren, there was another fight added, and then there was another fight added, and it's just I've never seen anything like it. I think the speed of it actually benefited everybody, because no one really had a time to think, no one had time to fall out, no one had time to think about an interview that happened 6 years ago that someone didn't like. Everyone just said, amazing opportunities for our fighters, amazing opportunity for boxing. We need this, boxing needs this, let's do it. And we all work tirelessly to make it happen.
Yeah, I think it's been a great year for boxing, Darren. A lot of people would like to complain and say we're not getting AJ Wilder. we're not getting few Usyk. That means it's not been a good year. It's been an amazing year, and this is just the final cherry.
Shadow XJ coming in with that half a duh.
I see your tweet saying about that.
Thank you. I was just,
Yeah, no, I see it.
I saw it too, Eddie.
yeah, thank you.
And it's true. It's been a brilliant year, and what a way to end the year. And it sets up a brilliant 2024. That's for sure.
Yeah, it certainly does. Tony.
Fights, absolutely great fights. Tank Garcia, Spence Crawford. It's been an amazing year. So I don't know
What if AJ underperforms against Wileen? Wilder fights one of Fury's pals, who is slow. Expect one first round knockout plus AJ drops the trainer, who will definitely tell all. This is all kinds of stupid for AJ. Appreciate that love. Yeah, I'm gonna talk in depth on the trainer change in a minute, Shadow. But you do have some valid points, so stay tuned for that. We need Wilder back. Yeah, Jamal 27. We do need him back. So people are talking about AJ and Wilder and why they're having a fight. Look, Wilder needs to fight. He needs to get back in the ring.
A couple of weeks ago, almost, where he beat Gassiev, that everyone started saying, "Well, this guy's a serious fighter." They've sparred together, but it was many years ago.
They fought.
They fought.
2010 Haringey Cup.
Yeah. But I just feel like AJ has always been very comfortable with the fight. He's a tall, 6'6" stand-up guy, but he's also southpaw. And we are talking about 6 weeks of preparation for this fight. But AJ's been in camp. It's not like he just started training 4 days ago. The aim for Anthony Joshua was always to box 3 times in 2023, which I thought might not be possible. Certainly 2 weeks ago, I think it was definitely not possible. This will secure that April the 1st, August, and now December. And, the momentum to move forward into a fight, as everybody wants, as part of this, operation, if you like, with Deontay Wilder, or potentially a fight with Filip Hrgović for the world heavyweight title, because that belt is going to become vacant. And AJ just wants to become heavyweight world champion again. He also wants the biggest fights out there, and we can't ignore that there's another gentleman on this card by the name of Deontay Wilder, who those two are on a collision course, and that was part of the discussions going into this fight.
Yeah, look, that's a big fight. Eddie, I know you need to go. There's so many more big fights coming up on the zone. Not many bigger, though, than Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor 2, Dublin next weekend.
Resurrection is in my DNA.
The champions.
Okay, we got a little time. Okay, we have Wileen is hard night's work with AJ on points. Yeah, well, Wileen, if he survives Anthony Joshua, that will be, and he loses, that will be one of those guys that nobody else would really want to fight. You know what I mean? And if he gives AJ a good fight, that just shows he's a lot better than guys like Robert Alenius. Okay. I prefer AJ fights Miller, less risk, but great competition. Well, great buildup. I think they got that wrong. But, I think if Jarrell Miller, let's say Jarrell Miller fucks up again. Well, if he fucks up, he's out of the sport of boxing forever. And I think he knows that. So no more dick pills, no more EPO, no more GHW 1516 or whatever that shit is. No more of that for Jarrell Miller. Okay. But AJ and Jarrell Miller sold and did a record-breaking sale at Madison Square Garden, and they sold out in the first 2 hours. Okay. James Bash coming in, blessing me with that cash. AJ, Wilder, Miller in the same presser. Wow, that's going to be big, and it's going to be a riot. And I think because of that, though, and that's the silver lining, James. The silver lining would be that AJ, Wilder, Miller. The only thing is, Dubois and Otto Wallin, they don't really have a vested interest in it. They're just happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. That's them. And I think, if anything, with Jarrell Miller's going to call out Deontay. You know what just happened with Jarrell Miller, stating that he was with Deontay Wilder's woman. Yo, that's going to be big. Then AJ, look, you're going to have 2 conflicts. You're going to have AJ and Miller. Then you're going to have Deontay. You're going to have 3. Deontay and Wilder. Then you're going to have Deontay and Miller. That's what you're going to have.
No idea. So
let's get back to this.
You know why I came to you? Because you said AJ new training camp. You said that.
You did say
You
that.
said-
Yeah. You did. He did, people.
Deontay Wilder under Malik Scott.
Yeah.
They're all in transition, so transition takes time, guys. It's not going to be one fight, two fights. Darren, you know, we've gone from our pros to I don't think you ever moved to training.
I think Wilder's faster than Ernie Shavers. That's the problem. Shavers is a hard-hitting guy, kind of like
Methods. There's so many different things to take into consideration. I'm not going to lie.
George Foreman, but
I'm quite shocked he's took this in 6 weeks' notice. I know what Eddie said. He's been in camp anyway and he's been training, but Otto Volin is no one's fool. He's not a mug, believe you me. And don't get me wrong, the Gassiev fight, it's a win, but Gassiev isn't a heavyweight.
Who
He's a really
you got?
strong, powerful cruiserweight. He ain't a heavyweight. He's too slow on the feet.
yeah, Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, I'm gonna do some Shakur stuff this week. You know, because we got to get it in. I'm gonna watch that fight. I'm gonna be live for that fight, of course. I'm gonna be in Dallas, Texas, because I got to pick up my oldest daughter. So that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be in a hotel room actually. I think Otto really has a chance in this fight.
I get where you're coming with it, Tone. And you would agree with this, I'm sure, with AJ. AJ will fight anyone at the drop of a hat. He doesn't care. But everyone around, I'm still shocked that this is happening so quickly. It's incredible. It's unheard of. Maybe one fight, you might be like, wow, that's remarkable. But all of these fights.
Yeah, let's have a look. I mean, you look around. I mean, in the corner there, you can see Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker. That's the fight.
Yeah, St. Dunn, that does look like a hot trailer, bro. I would love that, like, on my back wall here.
Deontay Wilder's had 1 round of boxing in 2 years.
And Parker looked good, didn't he, against
He
Keane?
looked good against Simon Keane. This will be his 4th fight this year, Joseph Parker. Activity against a 38-year-old Deontay Wilder who's not been active.
You need activity if you're fighting someone like Wilder. Timing, distance, so important. Going in there with such a big puncher.
Daniel Dubois versus Miller. That's going to be a good one too, bro. A lot of people are not looking at that.
It's hard
But
to look past Wilder just because.
You have to look at, you know, when he got stopped, it was
Joe Joyce.
by Joe Joyce, and that fight is the fight for me where it took an awful lot that night, and fighters aren't usually the same after taking shots the way he did that night. And Joe Joyce has never been the biggest puncher. He wears you down, and he tires you and he ends up stopping you. And it's after them kind of fights, you're not the same, to be honest, guys.
That's why I wanted to see him against Simon Keane. Look, I know Simon Keane's not Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him there against a puncher, against someone who's unbeaten, and see what you can do. And I thought you looked really good. And I thought the link-up, I think the link-up with Andy Lee's a good one as well.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Andy Lee's been round and spent a career around the greatest coach that's ever graced our sport in the late great Emmanuel.
Miller beats Dubois, I'm sure. Yeah, I think Miller. I think what Miller does, Miller possesses pressure, and I don't think Dubois is good with pressure. I mean, just looking at that fight, you know, Dubois was going to quit, and Dubois' career, it will be officially over. You know what I mean? I think he needs to, you know, I don't know, you know, save his money, you know, and yeah, I don't think, I think he'll get beat.
Brendan Arthur, you just told me you found out about this fight how many days ago?
3-4 days ago.
How'd that
Free.
conversation go?
Anthony Joshua versus Otto Vailene wins December 23rd in Saudi Arabia. Guess we'll see how Wilder's chin is after Tyson trilogy. I give Parker a heck of a shot. Well, Parker, see, here's the thing. Parker's kind of quick. I don't like Parker's weight gain. Parker needs to be smaller, especially dealing with someone that has also got smart and dropped that weight like Wilder. Wilder used to be 238, dumb. He used to be 230, dumb. Now he's 218, 220, smart. Okay, now he's on to something because he's able to move. He's able to maneuver. He's able to navigate in that ring, but he's able to deliver that right hand the way he needs to deliver the right hand because we know that's the money shot punch for Deontay Wilder. We know that, okay? He's talking to Lyndon Arthur right now. Parker isn't top 5. Parker is a former WBO champion, and he can box. But here's the problem. Does he have enough to hurt Wilder? I think he's a heavyweight. I think he's a proper heavyweight. I think he has that Kiwi spirit in him, okay? He got stopped by a guy that was an absolute unit. Joe Joyce was nothing, and he still is nothing to play with. Just because Zilly Zhang's big ass came in there and spoiled the show and got a couple wins don't mean that Joe Joyce is absolutely completely finished or useless. And I think that's what people do in the sport. They see a guy go down and they envision every other fighter doing the same thing, which is unfair. It's unfair because that did not happen. You get whooped by one guy, that means everybody else could do the same thing? I doubt it. Everyone else is not that guy that beat Joe Joyce. Okay? Wilder shouldn't fight over 222. No, he shouldn't. Roger Downs, he shouldn't go over that limit. His sweet spot is 218. His max is 221. Parker came in overweight and threw away his best attribute, his speed. I've always said Parker outboxes Joyce. Well, he did it. He did it, you know. So it is what it is. You know, but look, a lot of those guys, man, those Polynesian fighters, very strong, brute, good chin, you know what I mean, well conditioned and stuff like that. I think Joseph Parker is a hell of a lot better than David Tua was as far as boxing. But here's the deal. I think David Tua was an absolute monster when it came to punching. So he was reviewed something like an Ernie Shavers at the time. However, he didn't have the skill, but I think they both got in common and had in common was their inability to monitor their weight. These guys, bro, I don't know what it is. They just love eating and getting big as shit. You know what I mean? That's what they do. You know, they eat like the worst type, good food, but they eat the worst and they have the worst type of diet. It's, you know, and it's a bad stereotype. You know, it's like saying all Samoans are fat, but he's not Samoan at all. David Tua is. But Joseph Parker's well not. He's Kiwi, but he's a part of a Polynesian family that they have similar things that go on in their family, and they are massive people. They're not small people. But when they get to a certain age, they just stop giving a shit. They stop worrying about what they, you know, how they really what they eat, you know, and those type of things. You know, Danny Dubois, you know, he's coming off of 2 losses. Name the bums he's went 12 rounds with. Francis Ngannou likely beats Wilder and Joshua. See, that's another problem. You know, Tyson Fury didn't have anything to throw at, you know, Ngannou except his elbow, and that didn't even work.
Well, I was trying to word that in the best way I possibly could.
Yeah.
And that was the best way.
Without swearing.
Most PC friendly way.
Yeah, Jason Ward. Where's Big Bang? Jason Ward, you mean from Empire of Light? Top Boy. Is that you, Jason Ward? But Triple D will quit before being stopped. Yeah, he will quit. Ask him. I think he's just a quitter, bro. You know, look, Johnny Nelson said it best before he even got stopped by Usyk. He said he still has that quit in him, and it's in his DNA. You know, and once that is determined that, hey, there's quit in your DNA, more than likely you're going to do exactly what your DNA code, you know, pretty much does. You know, you quit. Then he quit. They are going to fight when they are 50. Del Boy has a slur in his speech. Oh, that sucks. But I mean, is that really, are you surprised now? Let's hear him. Let's hear him.
On this card, I asked you the question, and I said, don't answer me yet, but save it for the cameras. Why aren't you on this card?
Listen, hand on my heart, they offered me the fight, and then we spoke numbers. They came up with a number, and decided it's our final offer. And they said, if you don't take it, we're going to give it to Daniel Dubois. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, give it to him.
The Baby Miller fight.
Yeah. So Daniel, that's why Daniel's in it.
Well, now do you regret that decision, seeing how big this card is and how much attention it's getting?
No, I never regret. I don't cry over spilled milk. I don't regret. That's why I'm here to support. I'm not here trying to talk bad about the card. The card is an amazing card. You know, only Saudi Arabia, the kingdom, can actually get all the promoters together, sit on the same podium table, and same different fighters on different undercard, same fighters on one card, different production. You understand? You know, BT.
Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren.
Exactly. I mean, like, what else can deliver that apart from the kingdom. That's it. So listen, I'm here to support. You know, who knows? Who knows? I'm a big fan of Saudi, so who knows? We'll never know. But I turned it down because the numbers were not right. It was back and forth and stuff like that. So I wouldn't give it to somebody else. I'm like, okay, fine. I was like, thank you very much for appreciating for thinking of me first. So great.
Well, a lot of these fights look like they're going to be really close. How do you break down that Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker fight?
I tell you what the wild card is, yeah? Deontay should walk over Joseph Parker, but I don't think so. Do you understand? I don't think so. Because I think Joseph Parker now, he's found something else in his system now that he wants to win. Yeah? And AJ, this is going to be a tricky one. You understand? Southpaws, he's not really good with southpaws. He's got a new trainer, so we don't know. Be exciting. But I tell you what, some fights you think they're going to win, they're not going to win. That's one thing I'm going to tell you now.
Well, what about the Dubois versus Baby Miller fight? You should know that one pretty well. Who's going to win that one?
If Daniel don't quit, he wins the fight. But if Daniel starts quitting in round 4 or 5, he loses the fight.
I'm glad you hear it either way, even though you're not on the card. You're great on the microphone.
That's funny. If you guys just heard, shout out to Derek Chisora, you know what I mean? He just broke it down. Like, if Daniel don't quit, he wins. If he starts quitting, he's going to lose. But, I mean, that's it. I mean, if he quits and if he doesn't try, therefore he's going to, you know.
I'm surprised he's not on the card. We understand why now. Yeah, he would have been a good addition for sure. A lot of fun he would have been on that table for sure.
Yeah, Miller. Baby Miller. Jerome Miller. Wow. I mean, on the top table. Man, I know you said Jerome Miller can tongue-tie Daniel Dubois. He can't tongue-tie Derek Chisora. That would have been
Derek Chisora tongue-ties Derek Chisora, mate. Have you listened to him over the years? Derek says things that just go up in the air and no one understands what he's on about.
Yeah, he also throws things up in the air as well.
You have to screw them tables.
That would be a good build-up, though, between Derek Chisora and Jarrell Miller. Like, Jarrell Miller and Daniel Dubois, this is what's going to happen. Daniel Dubois is like, dude, he doesn't have too much of a personality. He's kind of like a fucking kid. He's quiet. He's passive. You know what I mean? You see him. He's just... You know what I mean? Like, he's a child. Whereas, what's going to happen with that, I think, if anything,
just so dangerous with right hand. He's just a beast.
I think that because Daniel Dubois has the personality that he has, Jarrell Miller will be forced to oppose his personality on other fighters on the card. That's it. I mean, that's the only thing that I see in that situation. You know, I mean, because I by the sword in my hand, I will be victorious. Okay, thanks, Daniel. Hey, this is Jarrell Big Baby Miller, cheeseburgers. I'm gonna whoop this boy. Look, I'm gonna beat these fish and chips. I'm gonna beat this fish and chips, and after I beat this fish and chips, I'm gonna go over there and whoop AJ too. AJ ass, you mine, cause I'm gonna whoop you too, and I'm gonna whoop Deontay Wilder's behind too. He's gonna be it too. You get mad cause I fucked your girl. That's what I did. I sure did, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it, and I didn't mean it if I didn't say it. And she know what it is. I bust her first before you, your country ass. I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't shit either. I'm gonna do something for you. You ain't nothing but a piece of shit, little bird leg bitch. That's what you are, Deontay. And AJ, you ain't nothing but a big juicer. They just let you do it because you got tax exempt, bitch. Then look, I couldn't get protected like you, AJ, but you got protected and you got the protection. I just didn't get the protection. I ain't had the money. But don't worry, I'm clean and I'm mean and I'm a cheeseburgers, baby. The bad man is in the building. Then I'm gonna whoop all y'all. That's what Jarrell Miller's gonna do. What do you say about that, Danny Dubois? I'm going to win with the swords and the grits of my hand. Hell yeah, man. Dude, I can't wait to see Jarrell Miller go off because he's going to go off on everybody. If they're smart, like if they wanted to kind of censor where they don't put all of them out at the same time, if they put every fighter out on this card at the same time, Jarrell Miller's going to be talking shit. It's going to be a riot. Mark my words, and I will be there to report. I will be there to report. You know, that's what's going to happen. They're actually doing the press conference right now. I'm waiting. Like, what are they doing? You know, this is the thing about watching it live, because if it's live, it's like, yo, when is this shit going to come about? Let's go. You know, that's a good Chisora accent. No, Chisora, you know, no, like, okay, imagine if this was Derek Chisora and Jarrell Miller. Derek Chisora, Jarrell Miller. Hey, Chisora, you kind of punch drunk, boy. You been in there, you got punched with the Klitschko's, you got punched with Tyson Fury, you got punched out. Look, you ain't shit. Let me tell you something. I can't wait to get you and retire you for once and for all. You've been getting that free money, and look, you breaking the whole thing down for me. Hey, listen, pussy. Listen, pussy, cheat, drug cheat. I take my fights seriously like my life. Then you trying to take my life. You're trying to take my life. Kurt Parker gonna pull off an upset. Mark my words. He's been the biggest letdown of the heavyweight division. Can't believe Joshua and Wilder ducked each other. Well, St. Dunn, you have to keep something in mind. Now, I know it ain't a good Fury time right now. I understand this. Tyson Fury's going through his own transition. He will be back, I'm sure. But when we're talking about Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, understand something, people. Saudi Arabia runs the show. They run the show. Okay, so let's stop pretending like these guys have a choice in the matter. They had a choice. You know what they could have done? They could have done exactly what Derek Chisora did. They could have done exactly what Derek Chisora did. Not fight. Not take the fucking money and go home, and he'll be sitting on the sidelines kind of looking and wondering what's happening next. But now he's going to show people. Now, listen, the Saudi Arabians run the show. They dictate these fights. They offered these fights to these guys. Obviously, they wanted to build them. They didn't like AJ's last performance. Obviously, they're not really vested in Deontay. Wow. Why? Because Deontay Wilder hasn't fought in over a year. So why would they throw him in there with AJ, and then AJ does something fucked up, like knocks him out in a quick time, and everybody's like, and then it's like, okay, and then the first thing, all the Wildettes, all those guys, they're going to say, hey, Wilder wasn't ready, or AJ cheated some type of way. AJ was on some performance-enhancing drug. AJ, you know what I mean? It's going to be some type of bullshit, people. AJ is on his own journey. Windmills has been trying to live off AJ's record for 4 years. Mez, guess what? He has. They call this the Day of Reckoning. So the Day of Reckoning is December 23rd. We have Anthony Joshua versus Otto Vailin. We have Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. We have Jarrell Miller versus Daniel Dubois. You know, so yeah, they're not ready yet. So yeah, we're gonna talk or do our own thing until they start. Okay. Big up KD, long time, been a hell of occupied, but I still be watching your videos always. 100. Oh, man, Daniel Barkar, appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. You know, I need 200,000 people just like you, man. Just being in there, staying dedicated. Guys like St. Don, you know, Luca Mora, you know, Scants Rants in the building that actually come to the channel and support the channel. That's big. It doesn't matter if we agree all the time. That's the whole point. If we all agree to be like, yes, amen. Yes, amen. There you go. No, it's not always about that. It's about, you know, us going back and forth. It's about us debating. It's about us participating. Okay, so that's what it's about. So, you know, as the channel grows, you know, to coming up to 84,000 subscribers, you know, I wish that we would have a dedicated member of people, pool of people that always come here, which I have, and then that's you guys. I thank you and appreciate you guys a lot. You know what I mean? I'm with you, Kurt. Ex-con, counterpunch to you. Absolutely. So I don't know who this guy is, but we have the first guy coming on stage. Okay, well, wait a minute. Yeah, we can't have that shit. Luca Moore, appreciate you, brother. You know, your thumbnail, I got a shirt with that on it. The bronze bomber. That's actually the you know, the mask I like with the cape. You know what I'm saying? You know. Okay, so yeah, they're playing all this music, so we can't listen to that, you know. They forget that, Jamie. Much love, Kurt. We are here for it. Absolutely. That's Joe Apataya. Or Jai Apataya. Yo, that's a bad boy, though. Jai Apataya is a bad boy, man. And he called out Tommy Fury like a couple weeks ago. Who's this? Dude, everybody's coming out, boy. Everybody's coming out, baby. Let's get it. Yeah, Joe Apataya. Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, he's there. That's him right there. That I think is I don't know. You know what? Let's make this bigger. There's Dmitry Bivol in there, people. So Dmitry Bivol, the WBA Russian light heavyweight champion of the world. You know, that's a bad boy though, bro. Like, that's probably one of the best fighters in the world that he's overlooked because of a war. You know what I mean? Mez, are you a Joshua runner? Who's Fury fighting then? Wilder Super Fight 3 fight deal with AJ Joshua could have made $500 million. Dude, this is a big... I'm about to say, oh, Haney Progress. So who's this cat?
Heavyweight title challenger, Philip Hergovich.
Damn, Philip Hergovich is on the down. Damn, you got Big Phil Hergovich. Yo, this is big, bro. Then you got Philip Hergovich, man, the IBF mandatory. The only guy that has a win over Zhang, people. Oh, these guys are fucking killing me. Dimitri Salita, you know, that's, of course, the manager of Otto Wallin. So. Okay, so this is more like the undercard. Okay, there's Daniel Dubois. So here's Dan. Look, here's Big Triple D. Never quit again. Mr. Quain, would you be surprised if Parker claps Wilder? Well, no. Well, I mean, see, here's the problem with boxing. People think that, oh, man, based on the popularity of the fighters, this is how it should go. Big Baby Miller, baby! Big Baby Miller! Big Baby Miller out there, baby! Wearing his Under Armour. Not Otto Wallin. Yo, bro, I'm feeling it now, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. There's Otto Wallin. Uh-oh. He's coming right beside Jarrell Miller. Crazy. Parker. We got Joseph Parker coming. We got Spidey, baby. We got Spidey, baby. We got Spidey, baby. Here we go, man. Look, shit's reminding me like of a WBC, WBA, IBF, IBO, WBF, WWE. Oh, yeah, we got to stop that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, all right, now here we go. So, James Bash, sorry, Wilder is finishing Parker early. James Bash coming in with more of that cash. Okay, here we go, bro. We have what, 2 more? It's about to drop. It's about to drop, baby. The boys about all be at the same place, the same time. It's wild, man. It's like a super series. I like it. Yeah, it is, bro. It is. And then, like, honestly, from Usyk, Fury, Wilder, Joshua, I think that's what they wanted anyway. Look at Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's out smiling, cheesing with his suit on, long and lean, ready to talk shit. That's crazy, man. This is some crazy stuff here. Not Frank and Eddie in the same place, the same time. Oh my goodness. What is this? What is this? This is crazy, man. This is like a superstar matchup. But understand, this is what it takes for all these guys, all these different personalities, all these bravados. Is he sitting right beside Eddie? I'm gonna say they can't have them right beside each other. Oh, fucking beat your ass. You old fucking, you little waking prick. You little prick bastard. I'll beat your ass. That's crazy, man. This is crazy. Uh-oh. What? Here's AJ. AJ entering the building, baby. He coming in with his sweatsuit. Look, he coming out looking like, damn, you looking like a beast. Coming in looking like he's chasing out somebody. Money talks, bro. Aaron Edson, you ain't never lying. Money definitely talks. Absolutely. Yeah, he does look like he's a big unit, bro. AJ about to call the cops. Uh-oh. Not Wilder, baby. Not Deontay to this day. Wilder. Oh, shit. Here's Wilder. They're going to put him right next to each other. Look, Wilder's like, yeah, we in this. Look, yeah, we in this thing. Yeah, we in this thing. Yeah, I'm rocking this shit. I'm the baddest man on the card. I'm the baddest man on the planet. Yeah, give me some dap, Frank. Yeah, I'm the baddest man. Give me some dap, Shelly. Right now, respect. I'm going to take over this shit to this day. Yo, this is crazy. Hey.
There is a very special individual here. Over there to my right, over there to your left, the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. His
crazy, bro.
Turkey Al Sheikh.
Crazy.
A few words.
Dude, this is wild.
Everybody, I'm glad to be here today. This is an amazing day for the boxing fans. This is great card. This is the beginning, not the beginning, the next, the number 2 step after the 28th of October.
You know Miller gonna pop out first.
The opening of Riyadh season ceremony, battle of the baddest. When Frank Warner, my friends, said from 4 months ago, it's a game changer, it's means. It is game changer. We focus in Riyadh season, the vision of the Crown Prince, God bless him, 2030 for the country to deliver to the fans of boxing all around the world, great fight and great day. For that, I hope in 2024 to see great fight for Riyadh season and Riyadh calendar. We want to see Joshua Wilder. We want to see and the Shishanians star. And we want to see Hergovich. We want to see all the stars and in good fight. We will focus to deliver this if they help us. And I thank all the 12 promoters who was with us today for everything, and I am happy to be here. And please help us to deliver to the market good fight, because I am fan and you are all fans and around the world. The last thing, in this day we will try to be delivered to the people with good price in the platform, inshallah. Thank you.
I heard that.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Well, for boxing fans who have been following the rumours the last few days, we've got great news. It's true. Look at this top table. On December 23rd, there is a day of reckoning in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to continue Riyadh season. A huge night coming up. A galaxy of stars, world champions, contenders will all descend upon the Kingdom Arena in Saudi Arabia, the second boxing event of this Riyadh season. And we cannot wait for this one. The co-main events, the return of the former two-time unified world heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua, taking on Sweden's tricky tall southpaw, Otto Wallin. And in co-main event status, the return of the long-reigning, hard-hitting former WBC world heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder, taking on former WBO world heavyweight champion.
Everybody here, bro. This is crazy. Am I drunk? Oh, wait a minute.
But as you can see from this
pinch myself
here, there's so much more than that. There's so many fights here that could just headline their own event. Top to bottom, this may be the most talent-laden, strongest card ever put on in the history of boxing. That is what we are dealing with here. It's December 23rd. It's the second boxing event of Riyadh season, and it's in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Well, this historic fight card will be presented to fans worldwide by the General Entertainment Authority of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in conjunction with Frank Warren's Queensbury, the NEC, Gold Star Promotions and Seller. And on behalf of Queensbury, we would like to say what a privilege it is to be working again on such an incredible night as we continue this year's Riyadh season. And we'd like to express our heartfelt thanks to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince.
Why AJ looking scared?
Salman.
AJ looked like that black dude from Bloodsport. He's like,
His Excellency, the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Turkey Al Sheikh. Of course, a huge thanks to all of the teams at the GEA, Riyadh season and Seller as we continue to work together to deliver special nights in the Kingdom. Very shortly, we'll be hearing from each of these superstars up here on the top table. But before we begin, I'd just like to take a moment to discuss our wonderful hosts on December 23rd. And Riyadh season has simply become one of the most anticipated global events of the year. People travel from all over the world to come and have a look at what's going on in Riyadh season. There's more than 12 zones, each offering very unique experiences. There's live concerts, sporting events.
Miller underbite ready to pop off. Miller ready to pop off, though.
And of course, we commenced Riyadh season this year with the Battle of the Baddies. Just a few weeks ago, we saw world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury take on lineal MMA heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou in an event that the world has been talking about for weeks and weeks, and will be talking about for decades and decades to come. For those who have already had the privilege of visiting Riyadh, you will know that there is something very magical in the Saudi Arabian air, and for those who are going to go, well, something very special awaits you. This event on December 23rd is everything that Riyadh season is about. It's big time.
Wilder looks sleep, bro.
Hall of Fame boxing promoter to kick things off, Frank Warren. At the start of the relationship with His Excellency, you talked about what a game changer this was going to be. I think boxing fans watching this around the world will look at this top table, look at some of the people on here together.
Absolutely, Andreas Martin.
They have to agree with you. Tell us how this event came together. It looks like an awful lot of hard work.
It was, but just before we do that, I'd like to thank His Royal Highness, and I would like to thank His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh.
Wilder smoked the
for
blunt.
making this event, which is in the Riyadh season, possible for which will showcase the best in boxing, along with the General Entertainment Authority of Saudi Arabia. Another person I would like to personally thank for opening the door to this huge opportunity for boxing is the Gypsy King, the #1 heavyweight in the world, Tyson Fury. A big thank you to all of Team Seller, led by Dr. Rakan. Spencer Brown's Gold Star Promotions, our team at Queensbury, for putting this all together under a huge pressures to get 16 fight contracts for these type of fights together and done quickly is really, really hard, and it takes an incredible amount of work and dedication to do it. I thank you all. In addition to this historical moment for world boxing, all under the vision of His Excellency, 16 fighters across all of these fights, in addition to the Queensberry and Gold Star and the 12 co-promoters in this event. This is historical. It is a game changer. And you know what changed the game? The first fight we did opening Riyadh season. That was the key to the door. That has changed the whole.
Look at Frank selling it. That was the keys to the door.
This could be the norm, and I believe it will be the norm. We're going to see these great fights. We're seeing people all like-minded working together now. We're all working together to make these fights happen. You know why we're doing it? We're doing it for the fans, because they're the ones who count. These are great fights. These are the fights that the world wants to see, and we will be delivering them on a regular basis. And it's all down to this man sitting up there. His vision has made this happen. Make no bones about it. He has made this happen, and we're delighted to be a part of it. And I think I speak for all of us from that perspective. It's just a fantastic situation for boxing to be into, and it's going to be, as I said, a game changer.
Just on that, Frank, I mean, we were there in Riyadh a few weeks ago. Certainly an experience I will never forget. Is Riyadh becoming the home of big-time boxing? That's what it feels like.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a new destination, and it will be. There's no doubt about it. There's big commitment for fights to happen in the future. It's been shown just within a course of a few weeks what's been put together here and what happened prior to that. There is a huge commitment, and that is brilliant for the sport. You know, boxing's a fantastic sport. It's one of the best sports in the world. You know, for me, it is the best sport in the world, and it's got some of the best athletes in the world, if not the best. It's the most dramatic sport of all of them. And these fights that everybody's been driving me mad about, Eddie mad about, you know, all the promoters along here saying, why is this not happening?
Look at Eddie. Look Eddie mugging him. What's wrong with Eddie? Eddie mugging, please. Shut up there, Frank.
Thank you very much, Frank. We'll come back to you for various fighters.
Look, you had to cut Frank off.
Let's start talking to the fighters involved in some of these fights. Let's talk about some of these fights. Let's begin with, there's a unbeaten Cuban heavyweight, Frank Sanchez.
What?
Takes on Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, New Zealand's heavyweight giant, Junior Farr. The fight is brought to you for Riyadh season by the NEC, the General Entertainment Authority, Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, Gold Star Promotions, Sella and DeBella Entertainment.
Crazy.
We're going to start with Junior Farr.
Fucking hell.
Frank Sanchez can't be with us. Junior,
It's a blowout, bro.
big moment to shine, a big stage for you, big opportunity. Tell us what's going on in the mind of Junior Farr.
In the mind of Junior Farr. Well, tell you what, first of all, this is just a great opportunity that I have to really showcase my skills and just to be on this massive stacked card, probably the best card that the world has ever seen. So I'm taking the opportunity with both hands. Frank Sanchez is a great fighter, great technical heavyweight contender. I know what I'm in for, and I'm there to basically steal the night and just put on the performance of my lifetime. That's what I'm planning to do.
Well, Junior, look, Frank Sanchez isn't here, but I'm sure with the rest of the world, he is watching this press conference. Do you have a message for Frank Sanchez?
What's up, bro? Just it. Train hard. I'll see you December 23rd.
Thank you very much, Junior. Nice message
Wow.
as well. Let's continue with another very intriguing heavyweight
Damn,
fight.
Frank's on the call. What the? What?
Russian giant Arslanbek Makhmudov, a very scary looking man, is taking on two-time European heavyweight champion Ajit Kabayal. Ajit Kabayal is here, but Makhmudov is not here. So we're going to speak to Kabayal. Ajit,
Wow, that's crazy. Everyone's on this card. This is stupid, bro.
For quite a while now, and now you've got the chance on a huge stage to go and make a name for yourself. Talk to us.
First of all, thank you for the hospitality. My English is not perfect. I hope you understand. Yes, it's a big opponent. I'm ready for the 23 December. This is a very big opponent and very good organization. I'm happy and I'm ready.
And this Makhmudov guy, I saw him box a couple of weeks ago in Riyadh. He's a scary-looking guy. He made a lot of. He made quite an impression. Did he make an impression on you when you watched him?
Yes, I watched the fight. Well, it's a very good opponent. I say this is a very aggressive guy. Yes, this fight was a very good fight. Maybe this is two guys with a zero, not lose, and I hope this fight was a very two tough guys.
And if he's watching this, anything you want to say to him? Do you have a message?
I have a message for Mahmoudov. Yes, Mahmoudov, I hope you train good and we will see you in 23 December in Saudi Arabia. I'm ready.
Okay, thank you very much. Ajit Kabayel, cracking fight coming up, 2 unbeaten heavyweights, December 23rd. Let's continue with a clash of 2 unbeaten cruiserweights. The IBF and Ring Magazine champion from Australia, Jai Opetaia, takes on Britain's unbeaten Ellis Sorrow. This fight is brought to you for Riyadh season by the NEC, General Entertainment Authority, Frank Warren on behalf of Queensbury Promotions, Gold Star Promotions and Seller, in association with Matchroom Boxing and Tasman Fighters. At this point, for the first time, I'm going to bring in promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, this is quite surreal. I didn't think I'd be at a top table asking you questions, but the world of boxing keeps moving, and here we are. You've got a few fighters on this show. Anthony, of course, who we'll come to later. But Dimitri Bivol, Jai Opetaia, big opportunity for them to maybe set up things for the future.
Yeah, firstly, Dev, thank you. It is surreal. I think it shows you the vision and the strength and the plans of His Excellency. Thank you very much for asking our fighters to be part of this incredible event. I think Frank touched on it earlier, collaboration. We all want the sport of boxing to grow. We have our rivalries, we're competitive, but we also want the best opportunities for our fighters. And we'll come on to AJ later, but for Dimitri Bivol, the number 175 pounder in the world, and Jai Opetaia, the best cruiserweight in the world, this was an opportunity to be part of something very special. I've never seen a card come together at speed like this. And thank you to, of course, His Excellency, but also to George Warren, to Spencer, and the teams at Queensbury and Matchroom that work very quickly to make these fights happen. And it just shows you when you want to make fights, when you have
look at Frank like, yeah,
when it is in the best interest of the fighters, we can get it done. So I think it's refreshing to see the change, perhaps, in the way boxing works here today. And I think the event on December 23rd is the best event I've ever seen in the sport.
Look at Frank. Frank's
Firstly,
fucking.
when you talk about Jai Opetaia,
He's trying to outdo me.
Recently, in his, which unfortunately for Jordan Thompson has to be called a demolition job. I think it was a performance that grabbed the attention of the UK fans, the global fans. A shout out to Mick Francis, who has worked tirelessly in the career of Jai Opetaia to get him to where he is. This opportunity for him is life-changing. Ellis Sorrow's a great young undefeated fighter, but we believe Jai Opetaia is the king of the cruiserweight division. And if you haven't seen him fight yet, tune in and be part of Riyadh season on December 23rd, because this kid is very special.
Thank you, Eddie. We'll come back to you on the Dimitri Bivol fight. Frank, I'm going to bring you in here. Ellis Sorrow is your man. Big opportunity for him. You've only had him for a few fights now, and here he is, right in the deep end against Jai Opetaia. Tell us about this fight.
I will. Just before we did that, very remiss of me, I did not include our thanks to Bob Aaron and Top Rank, who are also involved in the show, so I apologise to them. So, listen,
Somebody's talking
this is a
shit.
massive opportunity. This is a chance you get. They come along once in a while, and he's worked very hard. He's been very diligent. He's undefeated. He can punch. There's no doubt about that. I think they're both big punchers. So I think we're going to get something a little bit special on the night between the two of them. And he knows what he's got to do to become world champion. And I'm sure Jai knows what he's got to do to keep his title. But I think we're going to get a really, really good quality fight between them.
Well, let's bring in Ellis Sorrow. Frank says you know what you've got to do on December 23rd. Do you?
Yeah, this is arguably the best cruiserweight in the world at the moment, so definitely got to be on my aim game. I'm really looking forward to it. This is the biggest event I've ever been involved with, and probably will ever be involved with. So yeah, I'm buzzing. Looking forward to it.
Have you seen things in Opetaia that you think you can exploit? Did you watch the Jordan Thompson fight? Have you seen anything in his career where you're thinking, hey, maybe I can have some success there?
Not really. I have watched his fights. Got a good boxing IQ. Obviously, he's a southpaw. He's quick, he's powerful. I haven't really seen any loopholes in him just yet. That doesn't mean that there isn't any. But yeah, I can't focus on what he's done to other opponents. You know, styles make fights. So yeah, that's what it is.
So Jordan Thompson was unable to get the job done that night. Why are you different to Jordan Thompson? Why can you cause more of a problem?
Like I said, I just think styles make fights. Jordan's a lot bigger, a much bigger target than I am. And we're just different fighters, so I can't necessarily look at that and take much from that, if I'm being honest.
Okay, thank you, Ellis. Let's bring in the IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight World Champion, one of the best fighters out there, Jay Opataya. Jay, it feels like, you know, getting a stage like this, you are starting to get the rewards for years and years of hard work. Tell us how you're feeling heading into this one.
You know, there's a big part of me that's so grateful to be a part of this card, but the other half's like, shit, you know, like I deserve to be here. I earned my spot here. And, you know, 23rd of December, I remind them, you know, the best cruiserweight on the planet.
Well, you beat a Brit last time out in Jordan Thompson. Do you think you can do a similar job on Ellis Sorrow? Eddie Hearn referred to it as a demolition job. Can you do a similar one?
Man, we just got to prepare how we prepare. You know, we got to get in those trenches, train hard, and anyone that is in front of me, we got to beat. So that's it. That's all we think of.
And I'm hearing that you're going to be in the Tyson Fury camp. Is that correct? You're going to help him prepare for Alexander Usyk?
Yeah, they've reached out for sparring. You know, when that happens, it happens. But, you know, I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on 23rd of December. You know, I've got a new mission in front of me, so let's get it done.
Well, Ellis Sorrow's just over there, right next to you. Is there anything you want to say to him? Any message you have for him there, just sat there?
Any message I have? No, man, I'm just ready. 23rd of December, man, this is what I do. You know, I'll remind everyone, the king of the cruiserweight division.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jay Opataya. Two very respectful, unbeaten cruiserweights. Let's now move to the light heavyweight division where, again, simply one of the best fighters out there, pound for pound star, WBA light heavyweight champion, Dimitri Bivol. The IBO world champion, Britain's Lyndon King Arthur. Now, the fight is brought to you for Riyadh season by the NEC, the General Entertainment Authority, Frank Warren on behalf of Queensbury Promotions, Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, Spencer Brown's Gold Star Promotions, and Seller in association with World of Boxing Promotions and Wasserman Boxing. Eddie, I'm going to come to you here first on this fight. Dimitri Bivol is someone you have long championed. Big chance for him on a big stage to really make an impression on December 23rd.
Yeah, I think Dimitri is an established pound for pound great in boxing. I think the job that Andre Rybinski and Vadim Kornilov did with World of Boxing has been incredible, and it took him a long time to get his breakout fight. That came against probably, well, unquestionably at the time, the pound for pound #1, Saul Canelo Alvarez. The victory over him from Dimitri Bivol was...
Does that still hurt, by the way?
No, listen, you know, we were working with both, but Frank Smith, who can't be here today, is Dimitri's biggest supporter, and Vadim did a great job, and that win was iconic in boxing. A great win as well against Gilberto Ramirez last time out, some time out with injury, and now back in a great fight. I'm so pleased to see Lyndon Arthur get the opportunity. You know, this is such a great opportunity for so many British fighters, and I'm glad that it was given to Lyndon Arthur, who's, you know, you've seen him in great fights against Anthony Yard, winning and losing, and he'll give it everything with Pat Barrett and the team on December 23rd. But for Dimitri Bivol, we all know what he wants. He wants the winner of Artur Beterbiev against Callum Smith for Undisputed. I'm sure that's a fight that will be discussed in due course, but Lyndon Arthur got other plans, and I think it's a great matchup.
Thank you, Eddie. Well, let's bring in Lyndon Arthur, the IBO World Light Heavyweight Champion. Lyndon, for many fans, this seems to come out of nowhere. Did this come out of nowhere for you? Were you expecting an opportunity like this to knock on your door?
It kind of came out of nowhere, but you know, it is what it is. This is boxing, and this is what happens in boxing. You have to take these kind of opportunities when they come. So
big stage. This, you know, you call yourself Lyndon King Arthur. You can become the king on December 23rd. What are your thoughts about this fight and about Dimitri Bivol?
Everyone knows how good Bivol is. It's no like secret. You know, we beat Canelo and stuff like that. But I have to do what I have to do, and I have to come in here and try and upset the plans that he's got for the future. So I'm excited to be a part of this big event. There's a lot of main event cards on it, fighters on it. Sorry, so. I'm happy to be a part of it.
And have you seen anything in Dimitri Bivol that you can exploit?
Yeah, loads. Can't wait.
Okay, thank you, Lyndon Arthur.
Says he's kind of weak. Look at Dimitri Bivol. Like,
it's been a while since we've seen you. We saw the fight with Canelo. We saw the brilliant fight with Gilberto Ramirez as well. And you've been away. You must be
fucking
to
crazy.
Get back in there.
First of all, hello everyone, and I want to say thank you for Saudi Arabia and Turkey Al Sheikh for making this incredible event, and I'm glad to be a part of this event. What about my fight? Of course, I'm glad that I'm coming back in the ring because I'm really missed to fight, and I want to say thank you to the team of Lyndon Arthur that he took this fight. For this moment, for today, I think this is the best opponent for me in light heavyweight division.
What have you seen of Lyndon Arthur?
I know that he has good boxing skills. He has his discipline, and he's the champion, IDO champion, world champion.
What do you want to show the fans December 23rd? What do you want them to say about Dimitri Bivol?
Please repeat.
What will fans say about you on December 23rd?
You know, I just wanna go to the ring and show Dimitri Bivol. I wanna show boxing skills. I wanna make good fight. I wanna move forward to my goal.
Thank you very much, Dimitri. We look forward to that one. Let's continue back in the heavyweight division, where we've got an unbeaten IBF World Mandatory Challenger, Filip Hrgovic, risking his status against the heavy-handed Mark Damori from Australia. This fight is brought to you for Riyadh season by the NEC, the General Entertainment Authority, Frank Warren on behalf of Queensbury Promotions, Spencer Brown's Gold Star Promotions, and Seller. Let's start with Mark Damori. Mark, you have been unbeaten in the last 6 years. It's 11 wins on the bounce. Big chance for you to shine on December 23rd.
Yeah, I've got 11 wins in a row, 10 by knockout, and I'm aware that they haven't been the same class as Filip Hrgovic. I've watched his career. I'm very aware he's very talented. He hits hard, he's got a good chin. But any human being that I fight, I'm going to try and rupture his spleen. I'm going to attack his body. And I'm not going to sit on the end of his jab and try and win a 12-round fight against a guy of that height, looking for a very violent first 4 rounds. And what will be, but I'm there to try and fight, and I'm there to try and expose something. And I'm very aware he's a very good, strong fighter. I watched him, but I'm there to try. And I'm going to try in those first 4 rounds and let those hands fly and see what can happen.
What would a win for Mark Damori mean?
It completely changed my career, my life. The money you could make in a rematch, the money for the next fight, the confidence I would have in myself, in the way I could tell my kids, my grandkids, what I did with my career. That's how much respect I have for Filip Hrgovic. But also I know my personality. I know when that bell goes, respect finishes, and you want to win. It's your nature. We're all gunslingers. None of us here want to be accountants or, librarians. We're here to fight. We love it. We love the money, don't get me wrong, but we're here because we love to fight. Respect Filip, but I'll let my hands go.
All right, thank you, Mark. Let's bring in the man they call El Animal, unbeaten heavyweight contender, Filip Hrgovic. Filip, this is a big, big night, and you've referred to yourself as the next heavyweight champion. Is this a chance to show everyone that you are all about business?
Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank His Excellency Mr. Turkey for giving me this great opportunity. Thanks to the government of Saudi Arabia to putting this great night for boxing. I'm glad to be part of that. Very excited. And I'm glad that my opponent is also very excited. So I hope so we put up good performance and give to the fans what they want to see.
You are the IBF mandatory, you are next in line. Who do you want to win that fight out of Fury and Usyk, and who do you think will win that fight?
Yeah, I'm next in the line for the heavyweight championship of the world, and I'll fight the winner of Usyk against Fury, or if they vacate the title, if they want to do rematch, I'll fight the next best ranked.
Look at Joshua. Joshua looking fucking vicious.
And that will be the winner of fight Joshua against Walling. So next year will be interesting. We'll see what will happen, but I'm looking forward to big fights.
Josh looking at him like.
Philip, Frank, I'm just going to bring you in here. Heavyweight in the mix here in Filip Hrgović, and
Yeah, Miller's down below, right?
in Riyadh. Give us your thoughts.
Look, he's got a win over Zhang, and he's in the #1 position, so he can't afford to lose this fight. He wants to get
he can't.
the world title. He's got to win the fight. Very capable, undefeated, and I think it's going to be quite interesting. I think it's going to be a really interesting fight, and whatever happens next year, again, he will be involved in quality fights. There's no doubt about that. He's got to keep winning. If he keeps winning, he will get his shot at the title. No doubt about it.
Thank you, Frank. Let's keep it moving. In the heavyweight division, we've got a very, very intriguing fight here between Britain's hard-hitting former WBA heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois against America's loud, outspoken, unbeaten, and brash Jarrell Big Baby Miller. This fight is brought to you for Riyadh season by the NEC, the General.
Now look at Dubois. Dubois like.
Queensbury Promotion, the Browns Gold Star Promotion, and Silla in association with Salita Promotions. Now, before we speak to the fighters, let's hear from the promoters. I'll bring in one of the hardest working promoters out there in Dimitri Salita. Jarrell Miller is a guy that you have been backing for a long time now. He's right behind you.
Here we go, dudes. Here we go.
Big chance to remind the world what Big Baby's about.
Thank you. First of all, we're very grateful to participate in this event, and I'm very grateful to His Excellency and to Queensbury. It's been a great honor to work with you guys. I've been saying this for a long time. Jarrell has the skills, the personality to be one of the best heavyweights in the world. This is a big step in that direction, and I believe he's going to be explosive, sensational, exciting.
Somebody needs to stay off the drugs.
How do you see this fight going? Because Daniel Dubois, in his last fight, he boxed Usyk. There's a lot of controversy around that fight. Jarrell Miller, I don't know if he's boxed at that level yet, but tell us how you break down this fight.
I think Daniel Dubois is a very talented fighter. He has shown that he's hungry. He has a lot of power. He wants to win.
Daniel's right.
Jarrell's tenacity, his size, his power, I believe is going to be his key to victory. And Jarrell, with an impressive victory, fits himself right in to the big fights with Anthony Joshua, the winner of Tyson Fury versus Usyk, Deontay Wilder, etc. He is an elite heavyweight, and I believe it's just a matter of time until he reestablishes himself as that. And December 23rd is a big step in that direction.
Thank you, Dimitri. We'll come back to you when we're talking about Otto Valling. I'll bring in Frank Warren here. You are Daniel Dubois' promoter. This is Daniel's first fight since that Alexander Usyk fight, and you would be forgiven for maybe an easy touch, but in front of you, you've got a 300-pound pressure fighter who's unbeaten and coming to take Daniel's head off. Tell us your thoughts.
Look, Daniel needs a fight. He needs a tough fight. He's got to go out there and show everybody what he's about. He was that much away from becoming world champion. I'm not going into the controversy again, but he can punch. And there's been some doubters out there. We believe in him. He believes in himself, so he's got to get out there now and show what he's all about. He's a young man. And this is, at the end of the day, with the greatest respect to all you fellas, a lot of them are getting older. He's a young guy. He's got a big opportunity here to on this stage to show that he can do it and what he's all about. And I've got faith in him that he'll do it. And obviously you're going to speak to him yourself and ask him. But he cannot afford now to slip up. This is it. This is his big moment in time, and we're going to find out what Daniel Dubois is all about.
Thank you, Frank. Well, let's bring in Jarrell Big Baby Miller. We are going to find out what Daniel Dubois is all about on December 23rd. Are we going to find out what you're all about?
First of all, I want to say, we got to wake this crowd up. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Brother Turkey, for putting on this event. Frank Warren, George, for working diligently behind the scene and making it happen. Brother Spencer Brown, for really putting this together. And thank you, Daniel Dubois, for being the dummy to sign the contract. Listen, man, proof is in the pudding. When I talk that shit, but I back it up every time. So whether it's kickboxing or boxing, I'm going in there and I'm gonna rip his head off. You know, there's a saying we have in New York. I mean, if you don't like vulgarness, cover your ear. We smell bitch in them. Once the bitch is in you, it ain't going nowhere. You went against Joy Joyce. You got beat up and knocked out by a jab by Usyk, and those are small guys.
Look at Joshua.
So I'm telling you something. When you find a mean guy like me that's throwing 80 punches around, got a good chin, don't quit, come forward. I'm kicking his ass, and I'm sending him to early retirement. Plain and simple.
Okay, well let's
mama too.
let's bring in Daniel Dubois here. Daniel,
man!
Comments there. He says he's going to kick your ass. He's talked about doing all sorts of things to you on December 23rd. How does that sound?
Excited for it. You know, this is it. Big time boxing, baby. I want to chop that tree down, and that's what I'm planning to do.
Jarrell, what do you think of Daniel Dubois?
Man. If shit had a twin, it'd be his face. I mean, listen, bro. Like I said before, we can talk the talk and walk the walk. I talk and I back it up. Like I said, I think the new trainer put the battery in his back, try to motivate him to get in there with the likes of me. You know what I mean? He was scared to fight Joseph Parker. I heard Joseph Parker moved too much for him, so he don't want to chase him around. So he thought because I'm inactive, he gonna fight a big guy like me. But I come forward and I'm just mean, hungry. And like I said before, there's nothing he's gonna do to me that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna hit him with everything in the kitchen sink, and I'm gonna send him back to his trainer, and I'm gonna tell him, I told you so. So listen, plain and simple, come December 21st, I'm gonna kick your stuttery ass. Watch.
Daniel, any response to that? That's
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready for it. I'm motivated for this fight. And you know, after that fight and the emotions that fight stirred up in me, I'm up for it. And I want to really go
You're gonna make him pay?
Hey?
Make him pay for it?
Oh yeah.
Good. Good, that's what we want. His promoter gotta hype him up because he over there, he's stealing a bag of chips over there, boy. Listen, man, I'll tell you right now, man, I'm gonna fry your ass. Anybody, once I kick his behind, I'm gonna buy everybody fish and chips in here. Bet my word on that. And Frank, we gonna talk long term. Don't worry, after I cook your boy. I feel bad for you for putting that money behind that dude.
Jarrell, I just got one more for you because you have kind of hostility with a number of heavyweights. I've seen recent things with Deontay Wilder. Of course, you were scheduled at one point to fight Anthony Joshua. Do you have anything to say to anyone else up there?
Oh, they can all kiss my black ass. You know what I'm trying to say? But one thing I can tell you is that after I finish with Duke Dubois, I definitely want Manuel Chark because he got that belt. Them dudes got losses, and there ain't nothing over there for them belts right now. But I tell you one thing, though. We all know for a fact that AJ don't want no smoke with Deontay.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit!
Oh,
shit!
Kick your ass last time.
I see you boy your mom here again because you need a rent page.
Boy, shut up. You're not built like that. But like I was saying, we all know that AJ don't want no smoke with Deontay. As much as I like Deontay, I know Deontay will put that motherfucker in the grave. So that's fight Deontay and go to the grave, or fight me and go to the hospital. Either way, you get your ass whooped. So pick your poison. So let's stop all that talking. Take Eddie Hurtham out your ass and pick somebody that really can fight. Either me or Deontay, one of us Americans, whoop your ass. Stop running over your image muffin.
You are not doing nothing.
Listen, bro. You softer than baby.
You're not doing nothing to me. Watch your
You
mouth.
let my little cousin
Watch your mouth.
You softer than
Watch your
baby.
mouth. I'll come over
Not
there.
running from me. Not running from Deontay. Man, the fuck up and fight somebody with a heartbeat, bro. Shut up.
Look at Deontay. Deontay Wilder laughing. It's fucking wild. I knew this shit was gonna get white. Yo, when Jarrell Miller comes in the building, bro, say what you want to.
We're going to start talking about your fight now as well. Of course, one of the co-main events on December 23rd. This is the former unified world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, not against Jarrell Miller. He is taking on Otto Valley. Well, I do think you will fight Miller one day.
You ain't my promoter to judge what I'm going to do in my career.
and he is taking on Otto Wallin on December 23rd. The fight is brought to you for Riyadh season by the NEC, the General Entertainment Authority, Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing,
Fucking look.
Frank Warren's Queensbury Promotions,
Yo,
Spencer
Joshua
Brown's
was
Star Promotions,
fucking heated.
AJ Boxing, and
He's
Sam
hot, bro.
Wilson.
I told you. I told you this shit. Now,
Let's bring in Dimitri Salita. Otto Wallin, your man, is in a tremendous position right now in the rankings, and he's got this chance now.
Oh, he's pissed, yo. This is what we needed. They don't gotta fight at the moment.
Versus this incredible fight with Tyson Fury. He stayed busy. He's been working with his excellent trainer, one of the best teachers in the game, Joey Gamache, perfecting his craft and coming off his last win against Maracasi, which was very impressive. I believe that Otto has the skills, the confidence to win this big fight.
Thank you, Dimitri. Let's bring in Eddie Hearn here, Anthony Joshua's promoter. Eddie, you have been...
Look, AJ pissed. AJ's pissed, bro. Yo, you got this. Is wild, man. AJ's pissed. Yo, he's mad.
Tough fight. I think it's a great fight. Hello to Dimitri, who, you know, fighters should know, like Otto Wallin. Dimitri Salita has been trying to land this fight for years against Anthony Joshua. After every fight that AJ...
Look at AJ looking. AJ looking right at Jarrell. He ain't looking at Otto. He looking at Jarrell like this motherfucker. Oh, he's pissed, bro. It's going to be a riot on this shit. Watch. Watch. They got to fight. They got to fight. Revelation TV.
6'6". He's a good southpaw, but we see something different from AJ now. You know,
look at Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin's looking at like AJ though.
3 times when he was unified world heavyweight champion. The politics, the mandatories led to a lot of inactivity. He boxed in April, he boxed in August, and now he boxes in December. I think, you know, and I'm definitely biased, but I believe that there's the best chapter to write yet in the story of Anthony Joshua. You know, what he's given to this sport. He sold out arenas at Wembley Stadium, Millennium Stadium, Madison Square Gardens, Riyadh before. This is his 3rd fight in Saudi Arabia. He's changed the complete face of boxing. And it's a pleasure to go back. And you know, when we had the approach from His Excellency to bring Anthony Joshua to Saudi Arabia, it was a fight and a challenge that he wants to take. He wants to become world heavyweight champion again. I believe he can do it. And I think you're going to see a destructive performance from him. And I like what I see up here at the press conference. You know, no games, no mucking around. Business on December 23rd, move forward. We know there's another great heavyweight there in Deontay Wilder. That's a massive fight to potentially bring to Saudi Arabia in 2024. Filip Hrgovic down there, the IBF #1. Otto Wallin is IBF #2. This lines up everything for Anthony Joshua, one of the biggest fights of his career. And as I said, the greatest chapter in the story of Anthony Joshua yet to write. And I can't wait to see him shine on December 23rd.
Thank you very much, Eddie Hearn. Let's bring in Otto Wallin here. I mean, Otto, as Eddie mentioned there, you've got that win over Murat Gassiev, which maybe went under the radar a bit, but it was a tremendous win. Your tail must be high right now. You must have all the confidence in the world heading into this fight.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for putting on this show. It's really unbelievable what they've done in 1 week with all these fighters. It's a huge event, and I'm so happy to be part of it. So thank you very much, and thanks to Queensbury and Frank Warren that we dealt with. We got the call 1 week ago. My manager Jolene and I, we spoke about this fight. We thought it made sense. We went back and forth with Joshua's side. We came to a conclusion in 2 days maybe, and so it was an easy fight to make for us. I'm so happy. I just coming off the great win with Gassiev. It was 5-6 weeks ago now. I did not expect to fight once more this year, but this is really amazing. I'm coming off of that win. I'm in a great position. I'm a promotional free agent. I'm ranked #2 with the IBF, so I'm really on top of the world. Getting this fight.
Oh, look at that! Look at Joshua. Joshua's still pissed.
And I'm just so happy and blessed to be in this position.
You've boxed before in the amateurs. Anthony Joshua won that fight. You've sparred countless rounds as well. Can you take anything away from what you already learned about Anthony Joshua?
Well, I think we both have a good idea of each other. I think that I fought him when I first started boxing, pretty much. I didn't have many fights. He didn't have many fights. We fought. I lost a close decision. We fought again a couple years after, England versus Sweden. We won a close decision again. Then we sparred in 2016.
Oh, Joshua looks fucking mad, bro. Still looks pissed.
And I think, honestly, Joshua, he was on his way up. he's a very good fighter. He was a very good fighter at that time also. And, you know, I pretty much feel like he had his peak maybe around 2018. Joshua, he deserves a lot of respect. He's done a lot for himself. He comes from humble beginnings to really conquer the division for some time. But now I feel like he's on his way down, on his way out, and I'm going to help him with that.
Oh! He's on his way down and on his way out.
World heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. Anthony, you an iconic night, a historic night. You're no
He's
stranger
mad,
to
bro.
these sorts of nights. Tell us your feelings heading into this one.
Why isn't Eddie asking me questions? You're my promoter.
Eddie, would you like to ask Anthony a question?
No, he's pissed.
Thank you. AJ, a massive moment for you, 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
People talking about you've peaked, people talking about this might be...
People talking about our peaks have never even seen what peak looks like in their whole career, so I don't know what they're talking about, number one. Secondly, I want to thank His Highness Turkey and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for putting a phenomenal card together. And I'm looking forward to delivering my message to Otto Wallin on December 23rd.
Obviously this time around, short notice, 3 fights in 1 year, that was the plan when we set off for 2023. You're going to deliver that, and it could lead to a huge 2024, but everybody talking about future fights just purely focused on Otto Wallin December 23rd.
Yeah. I can't predict the future, but I know where I want to go, I know what I want to do, and I'm sticking to that plan. I set out a plan at the start of this year, and I'm sticking to that. I'm a man of my word. I stand firm on what I believe, and I believe I'm going to be 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. And my first stop to that, in getting in the rankings, is putting on a demolishing job against Otto Wallin.
And finally, crack on. Your 3rd fight in Saudi Arabia, back to Riyadh. I know every time you've been, it's been an incredible, phenomenal experience. Incredible Riyadh season. We saw a breathtaking production, an event with Fury against Ngannou.
Yeah.
Excited to get back to the kingdom.
100%. When my family heard I was going back to Saudi, phones started ringing off. When can we get tickets? When can we book flights? They get treated real nice when they go there. I'm focused on my fight, of course, but my whole family, my community is going to be out there. There's going to be 100 of us strong, and it's going to be a really good time to be in Saudi Arabia. So if this is the first time you're hearing it, make sure you get booked up to head out to Saudi Arabia. December 23rd, it's going to be big, and I don't think we've ever seen a card like this before.
And just definitely, finally, when we sat down in that meeting with His Excellency, just on Monday night, the vision that we saw, the passion that we saw for boxing, something that we all share.
100%. So this isn't a one-stop shop. This is what I like about the vision, is that there's a map, a roadmap with checkpoints. And I can't wait to get to the final destination. So as I said, this is my first stop. And December 23rd, I'll deliver that message, and I'll be on my way again onto the next bigger and better opportunity in 2024. I'm fully focused on this fight. I'm determined to win, and I'm determined to get back to my peak, if that's what they want to call it.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Eddie. I think all those questions I had written down here
Okay.
anyway, Eddie, so I think we're good. I think we covered it. Let's talk about the co-main event on December 23rd. A fight between 2 former world heavyweight champions, the long-reigning former WBC world heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder taking on former WBO world heavyweight champion Joseph Parker. Now, the fight is brought to you for Riyadh season by the NEC, the General Entertainment Authority, Frank Warren on behalf of Queensbury Promotions, Spencer Brown's Gold Star Promotions and Seller in association with Bomb Squad and Duco Events. Now, firstly, I'm going to bring in Shelley Finkel here, the long-time manager of Deontay Wilder. Shelley, great to have you. Fans have been crying out for the return of Deontay Wilder, and it's finally here on a big, big stage.
If anyone knows me, they know I do not speak long. My fighters do the speaking in the ring. Evander Holyfield, just before the Buster Douglas fight, said to me, "Shelley, how come you don't talk on loud like some other people?" I said, "They don't pay me for that, they pay you." And he went out and did the job with Buster Douglas. There was no reason for me to speak. This incredible card, we should all thank His Excellency for putting it together with, of course, the promoters here, Matchroom and Queensberry. When you look at what everything up here is, There's nothing I could say that would top this. So I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you very much, Shelley Finkel. Let's bring in Joseph Parker. Joseph, you had a very clear mission statement at the Battle of the Baddest at the event just a few weeks ago in Riyadh. You wanted to look good, you wanted to get the win, and you wanted to get out in December. Tick, tick, tick. Here you are. Your reward is Deontay Wilder. Tell us your thoughts.
Firstly, thank you to those involved for putting on this event. Excellency, Spencer Brown, Queensbury, trainers, Andy Lee, George Lockhart for the work that we've done so far, big man Tyson Fury for all his help. And we've made a decision at the beginning of the year to keep busy. And this is the fourth fight in the year. And it's a fight that really excites me. I'm excited for this fight. Throughout my career, I've never went away from big fights and big opportunity. And this fight with Wilder, I'm ready for it. I know we're here doing what we need to do, but I can't wait to get back into camp and put in work for this fight. I respect Wilder, respect Malik Scott as trainer and everything that they've done in boxing, but he's in my way. I know what I can do and I'm here to win.
And Joseph, you have been in camps with Tyson Fury, who was preparing for Deontay Wilder. What have you taken from those camps, if anything?
I rely on Andy Lee, my trainer, to give me advice and to come up with a plan, but Tyson has a lot of advice as well and knowledge on Deontay Wilder, being the person to beat him, also fighting him 3 times, so I'm going to lean on Tyson Fury in this camp.
Well, look, one of Tyson's advantages was he was just so big. He maybe 50 pounds heavier at times. What are your advantages over Deontay Wilder?
So you're going to see December 23. I feel like in my career, sort of went down a bit, but I got a spark back. And I'm going to come in with a lot of movement, a lot of speed. What was that?
Lights out.
Okay. Nice.
Lights out.
For you.
Okay, thank you.
What was that?
Deontay Wilder, it's as I said to Shelley, it's been so long since we've seen you. I think we've seen about 3 minutes in a few years. You must be so ready to come back and show the world what you can do. Tell us.
It's been a journey. What's up? Hello, everyone. It's been a journey for me. I'm very excited to be here today. What a magnificent card that we have. We have so many warriors on this card. It's overwhelming to be in the same room with so many other fighters. Some you done had in camp, some you done competed against, and some you're looking forward to in the future to compete against. And it's just a blessing to be able to have so many promoters to come together. Queensbury promotion, Matchroom, and last but not least, Your Excellency. I appreciate you guys so much, and the staff and put this magnificent card together. And I'm just ready to go. When people come to see heavyweight boxing, they come to see excitement, but most of all, they come to see knockouts. And one thing for sure, when I come, that's what I come to deliver. And come December the 23rd, I'm coming to do the same thing. I'm on the same mission, to regain my title back and to unify the division. That's my main goal. I got everything I want and need in life, but to come back and to finish what I started, it's gonna mean everything to me. To just put that little icing on the cake with everything that I'll accomplish, the statue that I have, and many more things that will come in the future.
What do you think of Joseph Parker? This is a fight that was talked about a few years ago when you were WBC World Champion, he was WBO World Champion. It could have been a unification at that time. You were linked to fight then. What do you think of him?
Well, many times throughout my career, I didn't have the opportunity to have unification fights. I've delivered opportunity to guys, but the energy hasn't been returned back to me for various reasons. But, God is good at the end of the day, and with Joseph Parker, I think highly of him. He's an amazing human being, as a man, and he's a great fighter as well. And it's going to be a remarkable feeling finally be able to share the ring with him once and for all.
Well, Deontay, I've heard you refer to your power as a blessing and a curse. What does that mean?
I mean, it's a blessing because I have the ability to knock a single man out with one punch. You know, this is something that's been with me all my life, not something that's just been developed. And the curse has been that I'm able to do that. It allow people to shy away from me, to become fearful of what may happen, you know, when they fight against me. And sometimes that can be harmful to the business of boxing.
Look at AJ.
Because as fans, they just want to see the best fight the best, no matter what, win, lose, or draw. And that's what it should be about. All these fighters up here, we're all warriors. And I always say it all the time, and I'll forever say it to the end of me, that we risk our lives for other entertainment. You know, and that right there is that in itself is just, man, it's just, you wouldn't know what it feels like unless you in as a fighter and get in the ring. You know, many people talk what they talk and they say what they say, but until you able to get in the ring and see what that feels like and go through all the training and all the ups and downs that come with that, and your personal life as well on top of that, it's a lot. It's a lot you have to deal with. It's a lot that you have to go through. But at the end of the day, man, you know, we do it for our fans. We do it for the love that we have for this business and to take care of our families.
One thing you said there, Deontay, you said about the power being a blessing and a curse. You said it's a curse because it can make other heavyweights shy away from you.
Uh-oh.
Do you think any heavyweights on these two tables shied away from a fight with Deontay Wilder?
You're so messy. But, you know, hey, I don't really have to say much. Y'all done heard me many times throughout the years. What I've been saying and what I've been talking about or whatever. So I don't think that I really have to necessarily just call out anything or point out any names.
Why not?
You know, at this moment in time.
Why not?
At this moment in time, my mind is solely set on Joseph Parker. That's it.
Shut your mouth.
That is a question that I actually have as well. Thank you, Derek Chisora. Do you plan on knocking out Joseph Parker? And if so, which round? And Joseph, you should be all ears here.
That's what I come to do, you know, and
come on,
my
man.
only mission to come to do. When I look at the heavyweight division, that's what you know, win is a good thing. It's just like basketball, you know. I can shoot threes, I can shoot twos, but it ain't there like a dunk for me. You know, everybody different. Everybody got their own, you know, personal thing that they like to do. But that's what I'm known for. It ain't not just in boxing, in real life as well. You know what I mean? So I'm glad and I'm blessed to be able to bring it to something that means something. You know, it ain't just doing it for recreational. You know, we're doing it for a purpose, a reason. We all of us uplift people, we motivate, and we inspire people. And that's what I want to continue to do, to uplift, motivate, and inspire. And if anybody get inspiration off of me knocking people out and seeing that, the excitement, that's what I'm here to do. You know, I mean well for everyone, but we have a job to do at the end of the day.
One final thing, Deontay. Look, a fight that you have been linked to for so many years. I understand Joseph Parker is your next fight, but I can't ignore that I have yourself there and I have Anthony Joshua here, a fight that has been linked for so long. You've talked about having to get a plane to come over here and speak to Anthony Joshua.
Right.
Do you have anything to say to him here at this press conference table?
You know, it's good to be in the same room with him, to see him face to face. You know, it's been a long time coming. I wish you nothing but the best, bro. And hopefully soon we can get it on in the ring and get the people what they want once and for all. But I wish you nothing but the best, even if it doesn't happen. But I believe it's gonna happen. I believe it will.
Come on, man.
It's about that time. But even if it don't, I wish you nothing but the best, nothing less.
Thank you, Deontay. Okay, let's finish up with Frank Warren. Frank, this has certainly whet the appetite here today. So many great fights coming up, December 23rd. Give us your final thoughts.
Well, look, this is a magnificent card. You've got these warriors on here. You know, some of the best fighters in the world. A lot of big guys here. And this is what it's all about. This is what big time boxing's all about. This is about giving the fights to the fans, making them happen, and they're happening. And from this, hopefully some other fights that the fans want to see will happen. We've got the two best heavyweights in the world are going to be fighting for the unifying the title fairly soon, and you hear more about that. In the meantime, you've got two guys here in Otto Wallin and in Joseph Parker who could upset the fight, I think, which is the next fight everybody wants to see, and that's AJ and Deontay. That's the fight we want to see, but will it get ruined? Are these guys going to ruin everybody's dream of seeing that fight? I know these two fighters definitely want it and want to get it on, so we will see. Everything is on the line with this. Everything is on the line. These are real, proper fights, proper challenges for everyone. At the end of the day, as I always say, it'll be the fans who benefit. And His Excellency sitting over there, it is down to his vision, the vision that he had and the wherewithal to make this happen. And me as a boxing fan, I applaud him for it.
Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you to everyone who has joined us today and said their bit. And it's December 23rd. Did you want to say something else?
One more thing, and I would say this because I'm his dad, and George Warren, and as Eddie said earlier, it's been, and all the guys up here, he's worked very hard with the team behind the scenes, and he doesn't like too much getting up front. He should do, because he does more than I do, that's for sure. But anyway, this is going to be an event that everybody's going to be proud of, and he had a big part in it.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, George, as well. December 23rd, it is unprecedented, it is historic, it is unrivaled. We continue Riyadh season with the Day of Reckoning. Very shortly, we'll get a big group photo down the front here, and at this point, we would like to welcome to the stage the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh.
So as they begin their group photo lineup, you know,
we're going to get a group photo. I don't want to see a group photo. I want to see nose to nose, face to face, eyeball to eyeball.
yeah, I want to see that too. You know, I want to see face to face, nose to nose, eyeballs to eyeballs. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, the group photo thing, I think that's lame. I think, you know what I mean? Oh, just everyone take a picture. I mean, like, what the fuck is this? You know, and I think, like, a lot of times when you have the only thing that could pop off.
And no one, you have to understand, we're not, well, fighters are not scared of no one. That someone puts it on you, it's happening. So, Josh is not scared of no one. I like Deontay's demeanor the most. I also like Josh's, to be fair. Very attentive, very about it.
You know, that photo of AJ and Wilder together there, without them being separated by other fighters, is going to be the fight that gets on the front pages tomorrow.
That's it. I mean, you're going to be side to side. You know, you're going to see the lineup. You're going to see the, you know, the measure up between the two.
I mean, it's incredible. Hearing all the fighters talk and now seeing them all there stood next to each other, it's incredible.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look,
What we don't want are people cursing in the foreign land. Fury is a hypocrite. What? Wilder beat up a mentally sick boy. It's rumored Canelo is going to fight Benavidez after Munguia. But honestly, he waited too long. He should have fought him 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, he should have. I mean, because the longer he waits, the more peaked that David Benavidez becomes and the more decline he goes. He slides. You know what I mean? He falls. So, I mean, listen, I'm gonna wait to see what they say. Wilder looks old. I wouldn't be surprised if a washed up Parker beats him. Well, Parker better knock him out because Parker's not going to win a decision because the fight that they're putting all this into, that all these fights are really diversions. Okay, they are doing a face off. They are doing a face off. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. So, so they are doing a face off because that would have been some whack shit. Just and then yo.
I think after the Tyson Fury most recent fight, so I just think he's a different person now. By the way, lots of audience, a lot bigger than I thought he was as well.
I didn't know Frank Warren was that much shorter than Eddie. Yeah, AJ's big as shit. He's a big dude. You know what I mean? But he's gonna be against someone.
Absolutely nothing. Two different sports, Andy. Two completely different sports.
Look at Otto Eileen laughing. AJ ain't laughing at all. He's like, yo, he's talking shit.
AJ's peak was 5.5 years ago.
I see why he says that though.
So I don't know what he's saying. Look, fucking Otto's like, see, look, he's pointing. Look, like AJ's pointing. Look, he's pointing. Yeah, they're talking shit. I don't know what they're saying. Oh, look at AJ.
Jump in, someone. Jump in. Obviously, look.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit, man. It's crazy. Let's see the Miller.
And now we get on a massive card. Here we go. Gerald Miller is enormous. You know what we'll say? Danny the Bomb, guys, is a big human being, and he doesn't look it.
Wait till you see Gerald's lips start moving. He is going to end.
Like he takes his glasses off. Jarrell Miller takes those glasses off. You want to look. Oh shit.
But as you know, Tony, this is a boxing match.
But I hope Daniel Dubois shuts him down because we need Gerald Miller away from the sport.
He said we need Jarrell Miller away from the sport.
This guy had more drugs in him than the Incredible Hulk.
He's such a good character, he's such a good talker, but what he's done is unexcusable.
Jarrell Miller was saying something to Eddie.
Back and forth between AJ as well. It'll be interesting. All right, see, I know we've had some big heavyweights on stage.
Look at Jarrell Miller talking shit to Eddie.
The scariest man on that stage.
He's driven. And that, when I speak to him, when I shake hands with him, and we embraced earlier, all the strength is he's driven. He has a look in his eyes that it's like he's looking at you, not at you.
Luca Mora, you are absolutely correct, bro. We have to talk about this. This is the 2-hour mark. So the next hour, do I got time? Yeah, I got time. Hell yeah, I got time. The next hour, bro, we got to talk about this whole breakdown. You know what I mean? We have to talk about this whole breakdown because this shit was like. That's how it was. No, I'm not overlooking Parker at all. I mean, you know, Parker just got, you know, bashed up by one of the best, but he's had 4 fights since then, right? But I have a lot to break down, bro. I mean, and we gotta break it down the right way. Okay, so let's see what AJ talks about because it's a lot to cover.
Out there right now. What was that big group photo in the stare down line?
He's just talking a lot and just saying that he's going to beat me and all this and all that type of stuff. I said, talk is cheap. So what you're doing is digging a bigger grave. It just motivated me that little bit more. So it's good though. Yeah. That's what we need, a bit of trash talk, innit? This is a fight. Unless have you ever been in a fight in your life?
It was a one-sided fight, but yeah, you could call it a fight.
Not many people have been in fights in their life. And when you're fighting every other month, it builds a certain energy. Right. And my energy's harnessing again to get back in there and do a good job on this guy.
I could sense that you were getting terse at times, and Jarrell Miller really got under your skin. Have you said you're never going to fight him again after what he did to you, or would you like to one day fight him and crush him?
Oh, I gave that guy opportunity to fight for the. Don't even look at me. He had the opportunity to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world, and he didn't take it serious. So. I don't know. I would fight him, yeah, but I just don't want to waste my time again. Last time I gave him an opportunity, he wasted my time. We'll see, innit? You never know in this division. Anything's possible.
Deontay Wilder had a lot of nice things to say about you. You didn't really get asked about him. What do you think about where Deontay is right now in his career? And do you see you guys fighting if you both win?
Yeah, I do. Good luck to him with what he's doing December 23rd. And I see us fighting 100%.
And final words for your fans who are watching right now who want to see you win.
UK America.
This is around the world, baby.
Around the world. Africa, Europe, Asia, America, UK. Wow. Listen, I appreciate everyone's support for sure. It goes a long way. I do this for myself, though, number one. Yeah, I'm here to fight. And I'm going to put on a good show. If you want to watch, make sure you tune in December 23rd. It's going down, and you know where to watch it. Live on DAZN. Boom.
Hey, by the way, are you main event or are you co-main? What's going on here?
To be honest, that's a good question, but let's just say I'm co-main event because anything better than that's a bonus.
All right, there you go. He's the co-main event, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send you back to Adi.
There you go. We've been waiting for that question to be answered. It's been answered. AJ,
he said the co-main event.
Co-main event. AJ co-main event.
But Joshua said, let's just say it's co-main event.
I'm not sure if that is the case though, but if we're
yeah,
going by what
because
AJ says, then so be it. But
oh, he walked out first, didn't he?
He did work out first, and Wilder was called last.
I don't think either of them are really bothered.
Yeah.
I think His Excellency has made them not
you guys are fighters. Are you guys not bothered with that kind of stuff?
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. It doesn't strike me that either of them.
Well, let me break this down real quick. Somebody had to fight last, and then somebody had to not fight last. You know what I'm saying? It had to be in a certain Anthony Joshua versus Otto Vailin and Deontay Wilder versus Parker. I think what they did, since he came out first, he did come out first. But Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting last. He's going to fight Otto Vailin last. If Wilder fights last, that means he is the guy on the main card. But understand, the way the Saudis think, they don't even think like that. They're bringing everybody together. And whoever wins fights each other. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, they're just desperate to get in there and be a part of this great show. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine, just quickly fast forward into December 23rd, the energy, the atmosphere in that arena just before the first bells of those fights, all of these fights, to be fair, it's what dreams are made of.
Yeah, Tone, you've been saying since we got here that this is all down to His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, and what they do in terms of putting these events on. It's incredible, isn't it? I mean,
boxing together.
It's incredible what they did Fury and Ngannou, what they are going to do December 23rd as well. I mean, look at that lineup.
I can't stress enough though. What we seen, you know, with Francis and Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Okay, that was a different market. Let's all be brutally honest. That was a circus. This is really real. This is world-class fighters, former world champions, all coming together, and they're making a spectacle of our sport once again. And that is the most important thing. This hasn't been done before. Back in the day, and I go back in the day, Don King used to put on mega events.
Yep, I remember that.
At like 1 p.m.
Good point.
And go right through to nearly 1 a.m. in the morning. And they were unbelievable. The likes of Ricardo Lopez, who've had the Holyfield, multiple world champions, but they were all multiple world champions he owned that fought under his banner. No one in the history of the sport has ever put all of the process together and achieve what's being achieved here. This, like I said before, is the closest thing to the UFC, where one man's in control. And if we can continue this, and as Anthony Joshua just said before, this is the first step. If that's true, and this is the first step, then wow, boxing is going to get all its dreams. Boxing fans will get all their dreams fulfilled, and that is the most important thing here.
Good speech. That was very impressive. Well, no, thank you. Sold. Whatever you're selling. Sold, Tony Bailey.
Okay, so let me use the John, and I will be right back. Okay. Ain't gonna be cheap. Well, here's the thing. What if it's all included in the zone? Which I doubt, but what if it does?
Favorite fighter on planet Earth is on this card as well. That guy is fighter of the year last year, Dimitri Bivol, and he's with Todd Grisham. Todd.
Yeah, indeed, the fighter of the year.
So let me counterpunch. The surrealness of this all was off the chain. I've never seen this before. This is some shit you would dream, in a crazy dream you would have. No way, Kurt. It's freeable. If it is, it's going to do bigger numbers than probably anything ever. Kurt, please tell you're gonna stream Sonny Edwards versus Jesse Rodriguez. The fight is gonna be epic. The undercard is pretty good too. Julian Falcon, is that on the zone? What is it on? Malik Scott on Frank Warren live. Well, where do I begin? Well, first off, everybody showed up except for Frank Sanchez and Mark Madoff. I'll ask Frank why he didn't show up. Probably had something else going. It was pretty cordial until we got to Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Jarrell Miller people came in there, showed up, showed out, said this, said that, went off on Danny Dubois, and he wasn't done with Danny Dubois. Danny Dubois was first massacred. He was murdered, okay? He was verbally murdered. I think he was psychologically murdered. I think, he was nervous before Jarrell Miller even began to speak, to spit, to talk shit. Bars. I think that's what that was. I think, Jarrell Miller pretty much was the man of the hour in this, whole event. You know what I mean? And he's never been a champion. He's still undefeated. He's linked to a lot of other fights, including the Anthony Joshua fight. He's done that. But understand something. He was the one that sold this whole presser by way of publicity and trash talk. And this is what I anticipated. Like I told you guys, I told you 2 hours ago. I told you 2 hours ago that Jarrell Miller and Danny Dubois, when they have words, Danny Dubois won't have enough to say because he's not that verbally creative. He's not that guy. He doesn't have that personality like that. Miller's going to walk the walk, but he's walked the walk thus far. We can't say that about Danny Dubois. However, Danny Dubois is a step up for Jarrell Miller. Look, Danny Dubois just fought for the unified heavyweight championship of the world. Okay. I'm not talking about he has to talk. He has to walk the walk. I know he has to walk the walk. I'm talking about the event at hand that we just witnessed. The event at hand that we just witnessed was phenomenal. Okay. It was surreal. It was something, and we won't ever see this again. December, we will have one of the biggest fights. I will have one of the biggest fight parties that YouTube has ever seen. Okay. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be massive. You know what I mean? You're going to either be here or you're going to be somewhere like Showbiz. But look, this is heavyweight boxing over here. So you're going to enjoy yourself wherever you're going. And it's going to be huge and massive. But back to Miller. I see the instigation, though, by Mr. What's his name? Ian. That pissed off Joshua. But, he asked, what do you feel about anybody else here? Jarrell Miller was not going to hold back. In fact, that's his pleasure. That's Jarrell Miller's pleasure. Off the top. Bottom line. He knew he was going to talk shit about everybody there. You know what I mean? Like Jarrell Miller did, I will give him a 92.3 as far as promotional output goes. And the reason why I'm giving a 92.3 is because of what could have been said that didn't and wasn't said. Big Baby gonna eat Triple G for breakfast. Rene Padilla, he's already done a lot more than that. You know what I mean? He's, and he told him, I appreciate Danny Dubois because he's dumb enough to sign the contract. So when I knock him out, in New York, we have a saying that I smell bitch in him. Bro, that was hilarious. It was hilarious. Big Baby too slow. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, do you think Danny Dubois fast? Come on, bro. Let's not be biased. I know a lot of people hate Jarrell Miller because of what Jarrell Miller did. And look, Jarrell Miller's linked to one of the biggest upsets in the history of boxing in the last 10 years. Yes, he is. He is linked to that. How is Jarrell Miller linked to one of the biggest upsets in the history of boxing? Easy, people. Miller was supposed to fight Joshua. Joshua wasn't preparing for someone shorter, fatter, faster than Miller. Okay? And that is, I digress, is Andy Ruiz. He wasn't prepared for someone with that type of ability. Shadow XJ coming in with that Cinco. Wilder is a coward. All the talk for years, but when it came down to something face to face, he plays meek and he plays quiet. Shadow XJ, I'm going to get to that. Let me get to that. I'm going to get to that. Let me get to that. Listen. This is Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller is, you guys don't understand what he did for boxing. To boxing, not for boxing, but to boxing. Because it really didn't help boxing. Do you think Andy Ruiz beating AJ helped boxing? No, it was a fucking disaster. You gave a guy an opportunity that never supposed to have one. Due to someone else's fuckery and attempted cheating tactics, we had Jarrell Miller not fighting Anthony Joshua on a fight that already sold, that was damn near already told, that was already marketed, that was already there on a platter. Okay? That's what this was about. And Jarrell fucked that up. But that didn't stop him, and it will never stop him for being a salesman, a showman. You know what I mean? That type of guy. A seat filler. Do you know Jarrell Miller in this thing sold more tickets now because of what he said about AJ and the other fish and chips, right? He called Triple D. Listen, shout out to Nikki Blue Eyes Austin, Counterpunch to you, baby. Listen, look, he called him, he's just as stale as a bag of damn chips. Yeah, Miller's a clown, but he's a he's a sellable one. Man, and look what he did to AJ. Let's not even talk about AJ. He had AJ, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. He had AJ coming out of it. AJ didn't say that about anybody else. He didn't interrupt the guy that was talking shit about him, Otto Eileen. He didn't even interrupt him, did he? No, he did not. Yo, he was pissed at Jarrell Miller. That has to be rectified at some point. And Jarrell Miller knows what he's doing. I'm going to knock out Danny Dubois. I'm just going to sit tight, happy, and wait for my opportunity, because as soon as I beat and fuck up the quitter, Danny Dubois may come out with a will of iron and may fight like he's never fought before. He need better, because if he don't, he's done. If he don't, he's done, period. You'll never see Danny Dubois again. Danny Dubois is lucky. He's lucky. If it wasn't for that shot that he gave Alexander Usyk in the 5th round, that's what put him here. If it wasn't for that, you would have never seen Triple D again. But who says he's going to lose? The only good thing is Jarrell Miller's fat as shit. He's not like he was with all that juice in him. You know, he was kind of tight, husky even. But he's not that dude. He's not that dude anymore. He's slower. And that may help Dubois. Dubois can probably take your head off. You know what I mean? And Dubois, I can't say he doesn't have a shot, because Dubois can throw those bows. Okay? But here's the thing. If he can't hurt Jarrell Big Baby Miller, he's done. Because Miller is like Miller did, and he's going to do exactly what he says he's going to do. He's going to move forward, and he's going to add pressure, and he's going to throw punches. That's what he's going to do. And if Danny Dubois can't handle it, he's done. And it may be embarrassing, because if he quits to Jarrell Miller's already talked so bad about him and called him everything but the son of God anyway. It's going to be terrible. Adari Pennant, Counterpunch to you. Who heard Chisora shouting out Parker is going to sleep? Well, I didn't know who that was, to be honest with you. I know somebody was talking shit, and it might as well be Chisora. I won't deny it or whatever. You know what I mean? That sounds just like Derek Chisora. So he's going to sleep. Parker's going to sleep. Right? And Parker had 2 fights with Derek Chisora. A fight with Dillian White, a fight with Anthony Josh. Now he's fighting Deontay Wilder. Parker, in fact, has one of the best resumes in the building. How do you think AJ versus Wileen is going to end? You think AJ stops Wileen, or is it going to go to a decision? What are the Wileen chances of the winning? Well, listen, AJ's not good in southpaws, and one of the things that started to irk me about AJ earlier this year was Wileen, like they said, and it's true, Wileen and his team has been looking for an AJ fight for a long time, for a very long time, and they haven't got it. You know, they gave it to what's his name, Franklin, and then here comes, Dillian White again. I'm like, who the fuck would we want to see Dillian White and AJ again? You know what I'm saying? Those are the problems. And in Dillian White and Jermaine Franklin, this is what should have happened. Jermaine Franklin and Dillian White should have fought again. That's what it should have happened. And then in that return, whoever wins from that may get an AJ fight, But AJ, I think, should have fought Otto Eileen straight from the jump. Straight fresh off a loss to a southpaw, so they can get him right back in there with a guy that's not as mobile but is a little bigger. Otto Eileen. Otto Eileen's a pretty big guy. I keep forgetting how big he really is, but he's good size. He's not bigger than AJ, but he's pretty. He holds his own as far as size goes. Okay, I don't mind Parker, but nah. Fear Assassin, wasn't that you that was talking shit earlier? Because I wanted to counterpunch you on something. Don't need the tune-ups. What do you think, Parker? You a puppet? Okay. Wileen is just half an inch shorter than AJ. Well, I mean, he's not bigger. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about their fucking height. I'm talking about, AJ's big. He's massive. But back to Miller, though. Miller was able to rough everybody up. And the reason why I gave him a 92.3 was simply because he should have added Wilder in there. Yo, I fucked your bitch, Wilder, and got him riled up. You know what I mean? See, he pretty much sided with the American fighter. If you guys didn't catch that, Jarrell Miller sided with the American fighter. That's what he did. Is exactly what he did. You know what I mean? But he did say, now Jarrell Miller did say this though. That's what I like about him. I can respect him. He's a shit-talking Brooklynite. He did say that, look, listen, I don't like Wilder either. I don't like Wilder's ass either. But I know he's going to put you in the morgue. I'm going to put you in the hospital. Either way, you're getting your ass whooped by 2 Americans. So he did put himself and Wilder in the same boat. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, like not everybody can hate you on the panel. You know, so, you know, you pick that friend and you pick your battles accordingly. Okay? Mac Weed, that's not how fighting works. Can a heavyweight boxing be popular like NFL and basketball, baseball, if pushed by proper in America? Yeah, it could. But, you know, I mean, you would have more boxers if boxing had a national league. If boxing had a national league where they paid boxers millions of dollars to fight, you would have better fights, you would have more competitive fights, you would have a league, so you would have an organization of structure. So yeah, you would have more people wanting to become boxers as opposed to baseball and football and other sports. Because most boxers now are football players, and let alone UFC fighters. Okay, if it wasn't UFC in America, they would probably just be boxers. You know what I'm saying? That's how that would go. I get Cowboy had a very good match against Chisora. He won very well. I think he is a tough opponent. Well, I mean, he's tough for Mark Madoff because you remember Mark Madoff is still on his way up. Okay? He's not there yet, but he's on his way up. He's just calling out the people that are already there up where he's trying to go. Imagine if I put $100 on Wileen and he wins. That would be amazing. Absolutely. Julian Falcon, that would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? That makes me want to put $100 on Otto Wileen. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because maybe the kryptonite for AJ has been a southpaw all the time. It might not have been Deontay at all, but it won't matter if the kryptonite is Otto Wileen. Gonna watch the Wileen Garcia fight. Yeah, I'm gonna watch some of that too. Till this day, Bronze Bomber, blessings. Yeah, I just saw you. But yeah, AJ, and look, Miller exercised that. Look, that Miller can still do the same thing or have AJ feeling or responding the same way. But Kurt, didn't AJ beat Zhang, who was a southpaw? Yeah, but that's earlier. That's not recent. So no, I don't see and see AJ just talking about like, you know, and then see look, Otto Wileen pissed off AJ, but he didn't piss him off as more than Jarrell Miller did. See, AJ looked at what Jarrell Miller said was just trash talk and nonsense, and that's more irritating than anything else. But it would get further under your skin because you know how irritating it is. Whereas Otto Wileen said something like, hey, this is how I feel about Anthony Joshua. He's great for the sport, but I think he's on the downcline. I think he's not peak. And that pissed AJ off too. But it was a different types of pissed off or pissed offness. Why is Wilder fighting Parker when fighting Parker achieves nothing? Hergovic, AJ, Wileen. Well, neither did fucking Helenius. Helenius didn't mean anything. I mean, what does that mean? Now, would we like Zhilei Zhang versus Deontay Wilder? Yeah, that would have been absolutely massive. That would have been boss. Because see, at that point, then Wilder would have to stay clear of that dude. Because if he don't, he's getting beat the fuck up and put to sleep probably. But knowing Wilder being skinnier, slicker, leaner, so that means he's faster. He's able to hit that hole and put Zhilei Zhang's ass out of commission just with one shot. Kurt, this is going to turn out all wrong for the main and co-main. I see Parker rising to the occasion. Here he's been going for knockouts and he has skill set. Wileen could easily outbox AJ as well. Well, if it happens, it happens. You know, but who haven't we seen? We haven't seen Derek James. Press conferences are going to be awesome. Wilder and Big Baby in the same room, etc. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a good thing to see. You know, the beef that was, that has been rehashed should have came out. Dubois already quit. Imagine both Parker and Wileen wins and they become the main event of the next Saudi Arabia fight. Well, if that's the case, let it happen. Hey man, the show goes on. The show goes on. One monkey don't stop no show. Matter of fact, two don't either. Parker's going to sleep in 4 rounds, the same Parker who went 12 rounds with AJ while AJ needed the refs' help to stop Parker from fighting on the inside. Well, we'll see. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, that really proves that, he's going to go to sleep by Wilder going 12 rounds with AJ. I can see the logic in that. You don't. Well, both Big Baby and Wileen on AJ's neck. Not surprised he was angry. Well, Philly fly boxing. Let me tell you something. First off, you could say this about Wilder. Okay, James Bash coming in with that cash. Please, people, Parker is not beating Wilder. Listen, you could say Wilder wasn't really pressed. People didn't talk shit about Wilder. So therefore, Wilder stayed calm. Now, if you believe that, I won't be mad at you. But here's what I believe in this situation. I don't want people to listen to me. Okay? Bobby Collins, shout out to you, brother. I think the same thing I think about Wilder is when he showed up at that Tyson Fury trilogy final press conference, put those fucking Beats by Dre earbuds on, headphones on, and glasses, and said nothing as though he had a fucking stroke. I think this is in the same ballpark because he was getting mugged by AJ. AJ was looking at this guy like, yo, I'm ready for you to say something. Do you think the demeanor of AJ smelled bitch at any point? Especially when people were talking shit, pissing him off, saying things, making him upset, coming all unglued. Do you think that AJ wouldn't have responded to something that Wilder said? Do you see how AJ was looking at Wilder? He was watching Wilder. And Wilder, at least he did speak. I will say this. He did speak, but here's the problem. When you come and you say anything, you say it correct. You say it from the heart. And that's one thing I didn't like about Wilder. See, what Wilder did was Wilder took this, he took this high road. And even when the guy was like, hey, who has been ducking you? See, and he's like, you so messy. Like, no, you should say, you should have said, look, I know AJ's been afraid to fight me. I know Parker's been afraid to fight me before. I know Miller didn't want none. I know Andy Ruiz didn't want none. Look, there was a lot of people that he could have said, you know what, they don't want this fight because they're afraid of this one-punch knockout power that I have. That's why it's a blessing and a fucking curse. That's why he said it. He just didn't finish it. That's why he said it, people. He just didn't finish it. See, he could have dropped the ball and closed the show with, hey, I think AJ's afraid of me. That's why that fight ain't happened. I think a lot of these fighters are afraid of me because that's why those fights haven't happened. See, I don't like two-faced fucking people. I don't like you going over here and talking a bunch of shit about someone. Then that person's there. You have ample opportunity. There you go, Marvin. I'm gonna come with you later. You have ample opportunity to say what you need to say about whoever the fuck you have an issue with or you think has an issue with you, and you didn't do it. I don't understand that. Marvin, you say stop hating. How the fuck am I hating, and what am I saying that's hating Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder could have called it out. He could have said there's a lot of fighters, including the fighters on this panel, that have a problem with me. He didn't have to say the fucking names necessarily. He didn't even have to say the names. You will never be like Wilder, okay? Wilder didn't want to mess up the Big Bang with AJ. Well, he could have made it stick. He could have made it stick. That's right. He could have made the shit stick. But he didn't. Joshua was Joshua was waiting for Wilder to say something. And then when they say, hey, Joshua, do you have anything to say? He just leaned back and I knew what the fuck he was thinking. He was thinking this motherfucker talked all this shit in these interviews to other people, to other channels, to other journalists. And he said all this that Wilder's, hey bro, you need to get this fight. I know you afraid to fight me. I have nothing against you. Well, okay, that's not even trash talk. That's how you feel. People, you need to understand that. Fuck that. No, fuck that. If he's coming through Parker and they ask him about AJ, he's inclined to say how he feels about AJ, not sit there, I ain't got nothing but respect for you, bro. That's some bitch shit to me. Come on, bro. Let's just be real. It's bitch shit. Why? Because he could have at least told AJ how he felt. He could have said, hey, because look, it's one thing if that wasn't said. Wilder said that there are fighters that are afraid of me. That's why my gift of having that one-punch knockout is a curse. Does that make sense to anybody? It's a curse simply because then people are afraid to fight me because of that power. He said that. Okay, not the commentator. The commentator then you said that it's a blessing or a curse. He said it's a blessing and a curse because he's reiterating what you said. Wilder got humbled by Fury, Kurt. That's it. That didn't stop him from talking shit about AJ after that. Kurt is right. Look, why was he quiet when he met Fury too? Look, here's the thing, and then see, Fury even egged it on though. You gotta give it to Fury. If you say I cheated, then why do you need another trainer? If you say I cheated, you would have to do the same thing. You would have kept Mark Prelude. Come on, bro. Yeah, well, that's true. He did look, and that's a good question. Look, Snipes won, LOL. Good point. See, Millard said, I don't give a fuck. I don't like Deontay Wilder's ass either. But I know he'll put you into more. Wilder stayed back from it. Now, a lot of people may say, oh man, he's just growing up. He's just doing. Listen, if he's just growing up, right, that means he should be careful on what he says about anyone when they're not around versus when they're around. That means he should be able to say the same thing. And that same thing is warranted, is showing integrity because you're able to say the same thing you said in front of that person versus away from that person. That's it. Now you can look at that as maturity, but I mean, at that point, you have to understand that Wilder is a guy that doesn't really speak up for himself when it happens. Now you can say, oh, well, Joshua didn't say anything. Well, Wilder was asked. Wilder started something that he didn't finish. You guys do understand that. Wilder started something that he did not finish. He mentioned, people are afraid to fight me because of the one-punch knockout artist power I have. Okay, well, if that's the case, Deontay, well, who are you referring to? He could have said, well, I know AJ doesn't want him. I know Eddie don't want this fight. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't like none of that is going to stop a fight from happening, especially when you have a big fucking Saudi Arabia tyrant funding all the money. Why do you think they put this shit together? Because of the Saudi Arabians, not because of Frank Warren and Shelley Finkel and Eddie Hearn and Demetrius Ali. None of those guys mattered. You know why? Because they did not supply the money. They did not go to a network and ask for money for this particular fight to take place. They did not ask for it. Since they didn't ask for it, that means someone else has to supply them. And since somebody has to supply them, they don't need to make or break anything. Look at Jarrell Miller. He was at liberty to say what he wanted to. That's why, regardless of what the fuck you feel about Jarrell Miller speaks from the heart. He may talk oodles and boodles of shit, but he's going to say what's on his mind, and he's not going to hold his fucking breath. He was the one that gelled this shit together. Everything else was kind of boring and drab. You need to rewatch the presser. AJ was shook the whole time. He was agreeing with everything Wilder said. AJ was what? You need to watch that shit again. I watched it very well. What AJ did, AJ was watching this motherfucker looking at, he was looking at Miller at first when Miller was talking shit, even when Otto Vailene was talking shit, because Vailene was right beside him. He was looking probably pretty much at both of them. Okay, to be fair. Okay, but when Wilder started talking, AJ was looking at his ass like he wouldn't like Daniel Dubois over there. Daniel Dubois was, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Daniel Dubois? Come on, man. No, I see AJ soft through his tough guy act. Well, if he's soft, he's still putting on an act. Joshua's colors are showing. Hey, say what you want. So is Wilder's. See, you guys can say, hey, Wilder, AJ, he was hostile, bro. And if it's an act, we're going to see if it's an act. But one thing I can say is, one thing about Joshua, if here's the deal. If Miller wouldn't have said anything about Joshua at all, Joshua wouldn't have said anything about Miller. You guys by now have to know the demeanor of AJ. AJ's not going to say anything about anybody if it doesn't include him. He's just not that. He's just not that dude. The only reason AJ said, fuck you, Jarrell Miller, was because Jarrell Miller already said, we all know AJ's a bitch. We all know AJ didn't want to fight. We all know he's been running from this fight. That's why AJ responded. Now, we can't say the same for Wilder because Wilder didn't go there with AJ. Wilder wanted to stay in a safe place in regards of, let's make this fight happen. Now, I would agree. This is what I can agree on. Maybe Wilder, just maybe Wilder is taking that position because he doesn't want to fuck the money up. I can get that. I can understand the argument with that. If you're arguing that why Wilder didn't say anything about AJ, you could say, well, no, Deontay don't want to fuck that money up because Deontay knows that when I knock out Joseph Parker, if I can get that KO from Joseph Parker, I know that I have the Joshua fight if Joshua can get past Otto Vailene. And I do not want to get that fucked up. Period. And see, one thing about Wilder, this is his first and only fight this year. Thank God. I'm glad he got another fight because he needs it. You don't just want to throw him in there with a guy that wants to take his head off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Snipe won. He was staring at Deontay Wilder as a hawk. They are like, okay, you had Joshua, you had Eddie on this side of Joshua, then you had Joshua, then you had the spokesman, then you had Wilder, and on the other side you had Frank. You had Frank Warren, then you had Wilder. So they're on the top tier level. Okay? So yeah. Joshua was looking at him like this. Because, he's 3 people down. The spokesman, Warren, and then Wilder. And on the other side of Wilder was Shelly Finkel. Okay, I know how they were fucking lined up. Okay? And all he had to do was watch them like they were on the top. They were the 2 top pinnacle guys. They were the people that were promoted on the high cards. I don't care who's the co-main event, because at this point, the co-main event has to be Wilder, Parker, or Joshua Vailene. Either way. What would you rate these guys' era out of 10? I don't know. I don't even have a rating for these guys no more. I don't have a rating for these guys simply because we don't know how they're going to pan out against each other, because the styles are different and the styles reflect how the fight's going to go. You know what I'm saying? Then you have Ruiz still sitting on his ass. Exactly. And that's Ruiz's fault. He should have had his daddy and put his daddy ass to work. His daddy's sitting back spending his money for no good reason. That's all that is. That's how that goes, and that's Andy. Poor fucking Andy. Andy better get somewhere. He should have been there. Andy Ruiz had a rotator cuff surgery this week. Okay, well, I hope he gets recovered, so he can't do anything anyway. You know what I mean? I hope that's better than that bum-ass fake excuse for a knee injury that he had, or he claimed he had in 2020, which I don't believe that at all, because nobody after a knee surgery does squats at all. No one. Fury and Usyk should have been there. Why? They're not even on the fucking card. Why would they be there? Wilder acts like Jermell Charlo when Jermell starts talking nice to Canelo. I mean, that's what it sounds like, and then that was weird too. But the only problem is, Jermell fought like that demeanor that he put on. He was passive, just like his speech. But to be fair, though, you guys remember when Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather were at each other's neck, and they were actually cool when the fight happened. So that may be one of the ways to keep things professional, is to not talk shit about each other. Like, yes, we can talk shit about anybody else there. However, we won't talk shit about each other, because each other we have together is the prize. And then, we have two, I think these are two fights. So whatever happens in March or April between Joshua and Wilder, that's given if they beat their opponents, they don't want to fuck the money up, because between the money, it's probably 80 million or 100 million apiece. You think they want to mess that up? No, I don't think they do. I damn sure know that Wilder don't want to mess this up, because he's missed opportunities before of getting a shitload of money from the zone, on the zone, this is where it's going to be, the zone. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be pay-per-view, bro. If it's not pay-per-view, I damn near will be disappointed. Why? Because, it's too many fights. It's 16 fights. Bro, we're going to go 5 or 6 hours. Yeah, Kurt, but Wilder is like an internet troll. When he says AJ up front, he is saying he wishes him the best. The same way when he said Fury cheated, and then in Saudi, he hugged him. Well, that's another example. But, I don't like that. I don't like the two-facedness. That sounds, it's just two-facedness. Stop talking about money. We want to see the fights. Well, yeah, we want to see the fights. But I want to see it build up from the fights. I want to see how these fighters feel about each other. That's what keeps the fight buzzing. Jarrell Miller pretty much stole the show from everybody. That was it. Jarrell Miller, Danny Dubois, not doing the fucking thing, and AJ going back and forth with Jarrell Miller. That's what this was about. That's just what it has turned. Those were the highlights of this whole event. That was it. It wasn't even Wilder, and they were asking Wilder, "Oh, you so messy?" No, he put you on the fucking spot. He put you on the spot. They were asking, "Well, who's afraid of you? Is there anybody here afraid of you, Wilder?" He could have said, "Yeah, I know Joshua's afraid of me." It wouldn't have made sense, would it? Why? Because that fight's already been settled. That fight's already been signed. See, maybe Wilder didn't say a fucking thing because he had no room to, because it wouldn't even have made sense. But he was asked who's been afraid of him in the past. Okay, so that could have happened easily. I wouldn't be surprised if Joseph Parker pulled off an upset. We all know what Wilder... Well, listen. Let's be real, people. For those who want Parker to beat Wilder are the same people that don't want Wilder in there to fight AJ. Let's just fucking call it a buck. Now, does he have a chance? Yeah, he has a chance. But more than likely, he will be knocked out like pretty much everybody else. Now, he has a good chin. He has boxing ability. I just want to see what happens when Wilder gets hit. If Wilder gets hit and he's hurt bad, I think people will understand that Wilder took a lot more of a beating than people anticipated in the Tyson Fury fights. Well, everyone wants the money, guy. This ain't done exactly. Neither Wilder, not Parker, or A-Side. I don't care what they are at this point. I just seen something that I thought that I would never see. We got 16 fights of everywhere between light heavy, cruiser, and the rest heavy. And we have some heavy hitters. We only have a few people that weren't there. But the people that weren't there doesn't make or break this at all, because it's about who's fighting on this card, not who's not. AJ said that he is the co-main. He did say that. He said, "Let's say I'm the co-main." I don't think Joshua gives a shit, because at this point, they will never know how much Joshua was offered, just like Joshua will never know how much Wilder was offered. period. So, Otto Vailene, yeah, I give him a very good chance against Joshua, and see if Joshua comes in too mad, he might get countered. So yeah, it's something I cannot wait to see, people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Luca Moore, that's no addressing AJ in terms of being asked about fighters who's afraid. Wilder asked the question. Black Cloud, I don't know what that was about. I mean, I kind of do. My idea, he was pissed off at the spokesman for, like, Wilder said, man, you being messy. You so messy. And then he said that because he put Wilder on the spot and he should have answered. Yeah, I think AJ's afraid of him. I think him and Eddie's been afraid of me a long time. That's the same shit that he's been saying, and he said it, guess what, recently. So if you guys have a problem with that, don't pick it up with me. Pick it up with Wilder. Because Wilder talked all that shit away from the man. And then when the man is there, he had ample opportunity. Joshua, I always thought you was scared. I think you juicing. Hey, juicing, Jay. I think I knock you out anyway. Balls. I think you ain't shit. I think Eddie ain't shit. Eddie, he just milking Annabelle with them slave wages. That's your slave master. Where was all that? Where was all that? Where was all that? Well, AJ did not call out Wilder after that fight. He did not. You are absolutely right. He said some weak, lame bullshit joke about his back hurting or some shit, which, no, that wasn't cool. It's a shame Wilder ducked Parker when he was unbeaten. Counterpunch colors coming out. What do you mean counterpunch colors coming out? See ya. Yeah, because that's what it is, man. I think, Jarrell Miller stole the show. I think that this is going to be one hell of a fight. But no, I enjoyed every minute of it, You show your preference? No, I don't show my preference at all, Marvin. I don't know how you figure that. But, you're showing your preference. You're a Wilder fan, and you're looking for everything that I say in derogatory of Deontay Wilder to prove that I'm not a Deontay Wilder fan, which you are not at all capable of being objective. You're not. I can tell. You're a troll. You talk shit about AJ because you don't like AJ because you like Wilder. I get it. So there it is. Black Cloud, when Miller said Joshua was avoiding Wilder, Joshua's response is, you don't tell me how to run my career. What the fuck kind of response is that? No, he didn't say that. He wasn't responding to him. He was responding to the commentator. That's why he stopped talking to the commentator, Black Cloud. Look at that shit again. The commentator was like, at some point, you guys got to get it on. And then that's when he said, you don't tell me how to run my career. He was not talking to fucking in the response of Deontay Wilder at all. He was talking about Jarrell Miller. Know your shit before you start coming on here talking about, what he said. No, bro, I heard what he said. No, look, Wileen is not too small for Joshua. He's not too small for Joshua. No, not at all. I think people don't understand that Wilder may not talk in public to be respectful, and Wilder is probably humbled after the Fury loss. Maybe he is, but I don't think he's that humble after that loss either. Honestly, I think if he still says Tyson Fury cheated after getting the Cowboy shit beat out of him, that's a totally different issue. But you coming in with that Cinco, appreciate you, Robert Volkov. Wileen versus Joshua is going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be good. I think they're all going to be good. I just think it was a great event. I can't wait to see this, guys. I'm going to do some videos before I go to work. Man, thank all you guys for coming on, hanging out with me for these hours. God bless you all. We have some stuff to cover, and everyone has been Counterpunch. Peace.